And welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? It's your boy JB here, and we are here for a rivalry in this one. We've got the Florida State Seminoles versus the Miami Hurricanes here. This game being played down in Tallahassee here, and the fans, they understand what's on the line here. And for both of these teams, whoever comes out with the victory today is going to have a huge W on their resume. We're talking about the same day in which we literally just watched UCLA somehow, some way beat Penn State earlier today. So you had that upset. Texas fell flat on their face against the Florida Gators somehow, some way. I can't explain it. It's been a crazy kind of day here, and there's been some other close ones earlier today. But this one right here, this is going to be very interesting to see who's going to win this one. The battle for the state, that's what I call it, battle for the state here. Top two teams in the state, but only one after this point can claim that they're the best. So who will win this one? That is the question. I see Mr. JB starts us off, says if you want to win, go Miami, go with Miami. And so Mr. JB rooting for the Miami Hurricanes here. And we'll see who gets the football here first and get this one started here any second now. Hurricanes will be kicking the football off here first. So that means Florida State will get the ball first offensively here in this one. And we'll see what the Seminoles can do here. Castellanos, we know what he can do with his legs, and he's proving more and more game by game that he has what it takes throwing the ball as well. He's been the X factor for the Florida State Seminoles. He gets their offense going, but he'll be having a tough task here against the Hurricanes and that front four. And kickoff is officially on the way. This game now officially started. No return here, so Florida State will take over at their own 25-yard line. Let's see what the Seminoles have in store for us offensively here in this one. And again, let JB know who are you rooting for here in the chat. And if you have a final score projection, go ahead and let JB know. But right now, Castellanos here for the Florida State Seminoles to start this one off offensively. And let's see what Florida State has in this one here. So far on the season, 848 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions here. He's going to have to definitely protect the ball here. Can't have turnovers, especially early here in this one. Shotgun formation for Florida State. 3 receivers bottom of the screen here. 1 running back as well. Snaps it. Gives it to the back. In the back. Look at him run. Picks up a tough about 7 yards on the carry for Florida State. This is going to make it 2nd and 3. As for Miami, you already know you've got to do a good job of containing them, whether it's the running back, quarterback, can't let them run. Running back keeps it again, but this time Hurricanes shut it down before it gets going. 3rd down coming up here. So 3rd and 3. And anytime there's a high intensity rivalry game here, you're going to be looking to see who's able to contain and channel that emotion in this one and use it to their advantage. That means don't go out there making mistakes that's going to help the other team. But here we go. 3rd and 2 is what they're calling it right now. Opening drive of the game for the Florida State Seminoles here. Shotgun formation. Receiver goes in motion here. Fakes it to him. Castellanos looking, throws it. Man, all by himself. Oh my goodness. He slipped on the play, but what a big time conversion there by Florida State. My goodness. Kenneth, hey C, what's good? And Kenneth says, hey, Mr. JB, how are you doing tonight? Hey, JB is doing great. And how about yourself? You say you're doing pretty good and go Knowles. That's right, Kenneth. I did think of you. I know that you're a Florida State fan. So I know this one means a lot to you. All right, shotgun formation for Florida State at the 39-yard line of the Hurricane. That time you can see Miami creeping up here. Will they bring pressure? Castellanos looking. Castellanos feeling the rush. He's running. He's got 10. Picked up a lot of yards on the play again using his legs. And that's something you just got to watch out for. And so SM, what's good? How are we doing today? He says, what's good, GOAT? Oh man. And you say Penn State lost to UCLA. Yeah, that was the biggest upset. We're not just talking about a UCLA team that had 1 or 2 losses. They were completely winless. And so Penn State stepped in it. I don't know where their mind is at, but that was a massive loss for them. Texas losing was big as well, but not as big as this one. That was just mind-boggling, crazy. There goes the Seminoles first and 10. Around to the receiver. And the receiver gonna pick up about 5 yards on the play. And they are opening the playbook early and often here in this one. They are using some of everything, different looks here to try to mitigate that speed that Miami has by making them have to overthink it. Quarterback, running back, receiver in the round, passing. They're using it all. SM said a large draft stock pummel. Look, 2 years from now, SM, Alar's gonna be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, just simply talking about the game at this point because it's just bad. Check this fraud. That's right. Second and 6. Top making adjustments on the line, but he's got 2 seconds here. Got to snap the ball. Calling for it. Coach calls a timeout to help him out. Calls a timeout to help him out. First timeout called. And so Florida State on their opening drive in this one, looking to make it do what it do. But man, yeah, there was a lot of teams that got embarrassed today, SM. North Carolina, I mean, they've been getting embarrassed all season long, but Clemson could have made it worse if they wanted to, but I guess, I feel like they opted not to. You know what? I wonder how far does that UCLA loss drop Penn State, honestly? Like, how far do we think it drops them? Maybe even out of the top 25, possibly, you think? Because that's a massive loss. As I said, I'm watching playoff baseball, but rooting for Miami to win this one. Okay, SM's got Miami. All right, second and 6. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Gives it to the running back, and the running back off the right side, breaking tackles here. He's going to be 1 yard shy of that first down marker. Florida State moving with tempo and urgency here. Quarterback tosses it here to the back, and the back off the right side, knocked out of bounds at about that 9 yard line, but a first down in the process here for Florida State. So Florida State opening drive, they're moving, they're grooving. You know, you've got tempo, you've got some of everything, different looks here. They are really, I like what the offensive coordinator is doing here in terms of mixing it up here. And if you're Miami here, you got to slow them down. You got to keep them out of the end zone. You don't want it to be this easy. Got to watch the quarterback. He will use his legs, and he's got that speed. Gives it back up the middle, and the back's in a fight for it for about 3 yards on the carry. Second and goal coming up for Florida State. And again, many people are wondering just how good is Florida State actually? You know, the loss last week, we get it in overtime there. The big win against Bama earlier. They want to know how good is this Florida State team truly? And this is the kind of game that lets you know just how good. Second and goal. Castellanos throws a beautiful pass there. Incomplete. Incomplete. Third down coming up. RC. Yo, what's good? What's good? RC said, JB, what's up, my man? Salute. Yeah, salute to RC. What's good? How are we feeling today, RC? I never did ask RC, but are you like fully recovered from your injury that you have from that chair? Or are you still recovering? All right, third and goal. Castellanos looking. He's going to take off. Of course, he's going to take off, but he's tackled immediately after picking up 2 yards there on the run. So fourth down coming up. RC says, what's new out there? I'll tell you what's new, RC. That whole Mark Sanchez news today caught me by surprise. Like, I did not expect, first of all, the whole stabbing. Second of all, for him to be the suspect here. And I'm like, wait, hold up. What is going on? All right, so here we go. Fourth down here, fourth and goal. 23-yard field goal attempt. But either way, this was big for Miami to keep them out of the end zone here. The kick, it is good. Pack on 3 points there for the Noles. And they lead this one 3-0 here in the first quarter with 10:02 left to go. Carson Beck and company going to be coming out for the first time here for the Hurricanes as he makes his first road start for the Miami Hurricanes this season. That's right, Miami so far has been at home in all of their matchups prior to this one for their first road test. So very important they went on the road. Unless he RC said, you finally recovered about a month ago? Dang, makes JB sound awful there. Has it really been that long ago, RC? But I'm glad to hear that you've been recovered, man. But I had thought about it yesterday. I was watching one of your videos and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I didn't ask him about it. As you said, JB, man, dog, it's been a battle out here, bro. You said, and why didn't Mark Sanchez fumble the knife? He probably did. He probably did. I'm just after the play though, but he probably did. But hey, I was thinking of the best way to make a, Mark Sanchez butt fumble thing, but you beat me to it. But hopefully he does recover though. I still hope he recovers. Laney, what's good? What's good, Laney? How are we today? How are we today? Tennessee must not be playing this week because I don't remember seeing anything related to Tennessee today. Archer said, JB, I found this guy's channel. It's about staying motivated and driven. Would you like to check out this channel? When you do, and sorry, when you can, it's cool channel. You just subscribed in today. Go ahead and drop the link there in the thing, and I'll go ahead and make sure to check out his channel there. And so if it makes RC want to run through a building, ain't no telling what they can do for JB, but JB certainly can use motivation these days. And so RC says, what up, Laney? And again, we're at the commercial right now. We just saw Florida State. I like what they did early on in the drive, mixing it up there. Clearly, Castellano's speed right there just makes you always have to look out for him. And the moment that you get caught lacking, he's going to bust a big one out there for you. So, got to always keep an eye on him. But she said, JB, my dad been in the hospital for 2 days now. He fell on his face on concrete. Oh man, RC, how did that happen? How did that happen? Like, did he slip or something? But man, definitely hoping that he recovers fast. He been in there for 2 days. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, and definitely hoping that he recovers. You got to keep me up with that now. Got to keep me up with that. Black Medicine says, Mark the hot knife through butter Sanchez out here fighting his male lover. Oh man, the details being dropped here. Man. And so, okay, okay. SM says, crazy what happened to Mark Sanchez. Glad he's good. Yeah, man, that was crazy. That was like absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy when I saw that today. Could not believe my eyes. I was like, didn't I just see Mark Sanchez the other day? Laney has says, hey RC. All right, so oh wow, this is the first time that the Hurricanes have been trailing the game all season. Is that accurate? Again, here in the first quarter with 10:02 left to go. Florida State kicked it off. They got a field goal off the opening drive here. This will be the first drive offensively for the Miami Hurricanes in this one, and let's see how they look against this Florida State defense. See, Black Mister said he fell, JB. What do you mean? What happened? He didn't slip trying to make out with the concrete. And so you got me there. You got me there. His name is Terry Creep. And so okay, or create. Okay, okay. Terry creates. Okay, let's see. I gotta make sure to check that one out for sure. Like anytime I hover over the link, it's not letting me press the link. If you can drop it again, like just the link by itself, I think it'll work that way. Meanwhile, for the Hurricanes, quick pass there to the receiver, picks up about 3 yards there on the play. Mike, Mike, the frenemy of the day. I have to say it like that, Mike, because obviously tomorrow night, you know what goes down tomorrow night with the Bills and the Patriots for that matchup. Just when JB's starting to feel good about his team, Mike's team shows up to try to put JB's team back in their place. All right, 2nd and 7 for the Hurricanes. Carson Beck up under center here, one back in the backfield for their own 28-yard line. Gives it to Mark up the middle. And Mark going to pick up about 2 yards on the carry. Third down coming up. Mark Fletcher on the carry. I said, oh, JB, just go type in Terry creates. If you got another device, yeah, bet. Like I said, they haven't played anybody outside of Notre Dame and FAMU. And so, hey, you may have a point. You may have a point. All right, 3rd and 5. Mike says cold front. All right, Beck in the pocket, throws it, gets the completion, and that's a first down. Picked up 6 yards on the play. And that time, threw it short. Receiver did the rest, got the first down. Another run play. Couple yards picked up there. So 2nd down coming up again. First quarter, 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Florida State up 3-0 right now. And today has been a crazy day, guys. I mean, just in case you somehow missed it, you had Penn State falling flat on their faces against UCLA, guys. Absolutely crazy there. Texas losing to Florida. Insane. A lot of crazy games happening today. All right, 2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. Play fake. Beck feeling the pressure. Throws a deep ball. Oh, incomplete. Incomplete. 2nd down and 8. They went deep. Incomplete. That's going to make it 3rd down. So 3rd and 8 coming up here in the first quarter with 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in the first. Florida State up 3-0. Hurricanes facing a crucial 3rd down here early in this one. So what's good? What's good? Samuel says he'll be JB's U-Haul. Was good, but now JB will not be on the move in 2025. All right, 3rd and 8. Yeah, so I picked Miami to win this one. And my pick'ems, I chose the Miami Hurricanes to win this one. Deep pass there. This has got to be some kind of, all right, no flag there. Okay, so 4th down coming up. But yeah, I picked the Miami Hurricanes to win this one. Black Mason says, Sam, I am. I'm gonna start saying Sam it out here, like just like gosh damn it. JB did not. JB did not. I didn't even go as far as the JB guarantee. Flag. See, Wake Forest beat Virginia Tech. Man, I don't know what's going on with any of these teams, man. No consistency across the board. All right, Hurricanes punter, first punt of the game. No return here. Caught it about the 20-yard line, and that's where Florida State will take over for their second offensive possession of the drive here. And again, for Florida State, this could be a huge victory if they find a way to somehow win this one here today. It would be a nice win to have on their resume. Meanwhile, the Miami Hurricanes, you go out here, you win this one on the road. Hey, sky's the limit. Phoenix, what's good? What's good? And Phoenix says, what's good, JB Nation and members? Phoenix. What's good? The man that constantly teaches us tips and stuff about fishing, about life, how to win in life, on the boat, all of that stuff. Shout out to Phoenix, says Mike. Mr. JB says it ain't gonna happen. Meanwhile, Sammy says that he's got 90 subscribers now. So he's at the big old 90. Congratulations there, Samuel. Just 10 away from 100. How are you gonna celebrate when you reach 100, Samuel? You gonna throw a block party? In honor of Phoenix, I'm curious, who else here regularly goes fishing? And if you go fishing, how often do you go fishing? Again, curious how many people here in the audience actually spend time to go fishing these days, and how often do you go fishing? If you don't go often, just let JB know a rough estimate of the last time you think you went fishing. Again, we are currently right now here at the commercial. And also, RC, is it safe to say now that there's officially beef between Fee and also the WNBA commissioner? Because like I'm not used to hearing commissioners out there just beefing with players like that. That's insane. Benny said he got 4 hours in this early this morning. Oh, nice, nice, nice. You know, just wake up there early Saturday, get some in, knowing later on you've got some college football. Great life that Phoenix is living. And again, first quarter, 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Florida State leading 3-0. And let's see what the Seminoles can do here offensively. Nap in today, too. That's how you stay energized out there. First and 10. Two receivers top of the screen, one receiver bottom of the formation. Got a tight end, got a back. Quarterback keeps it himself here. Bad, big mistake. Big mistake on his end. And that's what the Hurricanes have to do defensively if they want to win this one. They've got to meet Castellanos in the backfield because he's going to pull it. And he's got the speed to do it. But that time, he couldn't take them all on. Let's see, SM says, JB, my bold prediction for tomorrow is Dylan Gabriel has a nice debate. Give me some numbers, SM, and context here. Like, what would constitute a good day for Dylan Gabriel? Is it just coming out with a victory? Oh, man, look at that run there for Florida State. My goodness. And a first down for the Seminoles. This running back is running hard. He's bringing the hammer out there. They run it with him again, picks up this time, maybe about a yard. The way he runs reminds me of this one song that I listened to that I wish I never heard when I was younger. Speakers Going Hammer, one of the worst songs I had ever heard back in the day. Up there's a Hurricanes player down. Medical staff looking at him. Hopefully he's okay. Looks to be, I'm guessing well, looks to be a lineman, but I don't know what number. I can't see his jersey number. Weston says, you think the Browns lose in a close game, but Gabriel gets better numbers than Dart did in his debate. Now, I like that. I like that. That gives us something to really compare it to, comparing to what Jackson Dart was able to do in his first game there. It'll be a lot of pressure, especially with it being an international game. That would be a weird time to want to start your rookie quarterback, but I get it. Joe Flacco's been that bad to where you got to do something there. I personally believe that he will do okay. Like, I don't think he's gonna go out there and have a horrible game, but at the same time, I just don't know what a good game will look like necessarily for him. But hey, that's a bold projection, better than Jackson Dart. We will have to circle back around that one, especially if he does. If not, then JB will likely forget that he mentioned that. Phoenix knew exactly what I was talking about. I see that, Phoenix. Let's see, Mike says, laying out your clothes chat for on tomorrow. And so, oh man, you say Sunday best in victory evening close. And so, I mean, getting to watch all the other games and knowing that I can actually watch my team because I have I have the NFL Red Zone, but since it'll be coming on prime time, I can actually watch the Patriots game there against Buffalo and see how we really match up in that one. Drake May's been great. I just need him to go out there, don't turn the ball over, just be himself. Don't try to force too many things. Just play comfortable. See, you live stream on New Year this year? Okay, okay. Nice. That's a great idea, Samuel. That's a great idea. And yeah, Phoenix knows that song as well. That was when I first heard that one, I was so disappointed, Phoenix. So disappointed. Yeah, but Phoenix gets it. I thought RC would have been the first one to catch on to it. See, Mike says, will Dart become a favorite of yourself? You said if he faces your favorite from last year, Jaden, it might be epic. Well, he doesn't have Malik Neighbors there to cater to help him out there. Wish he had him out there as well. But I like the young guys the Giants have. You know, you look at a lot of the young guys they drafted early. They've got some solid pieces. Let them guys just get more acclimated to the NFL, and with the right coaching system in place, it can really help them be a force in the future. They've got some solid pieces that they drafted themselves, and that's great. Because not only Scottaboo, but also, Tyrone Tracy, they drafted him as well, and he's pretty good. So they're both young running backs, and they can complement each other, honestly. I remember years ago, Mike. Remember we used to talk about the Buffalo Bills backfield. You used to talk about the Snail Squad and stuff like that. You remember the Snail Squad? Mike was not too fond of the Snail Squad. Let me say you don't know live stream start time. That's a good question. I'm not sure when I would start it. Probably like a good hour before midnight. But what happened with Texas, guys? I mean, Arch Manning, I didn't watch the game, so I can't just sit here and put it all on the kid. But Florida, they won. What happened? Did anybody actually watch that game? Because I did not even bother to watch it. I kept thinking at some point Texas would come back and win. But then I look and I was like, hey, Florida actually beat them. Occidental keeps it himself there. Gets hit after picking up about 3 yards on the play. 6:04 left to go here in the first quarter. That's instead upset pick tomorrow is the Broncos over the Eagles. I like it. Trick play here. Castellanos looking. Castellanos for the run. Throws it actually and incomplete. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up. I thought he's about to take off and run, but he saw that defender in front of him and said, nope, change of plans. All right, but yeah, Broncos over the Eagles. I can see that. Right now, the Eagles wide receivers, they are very frustrated. Very frustrated. They focus on AJ Brown and stuff like that. Devontae Smith, I'm sure he feels the same way, but they have some levels of frustration not being involved in the passing game. I can understand that. Patrick Surtain is certainly not going to make it easy for AJ Brown or Smith to get open. So I can certainly see the Broncos coming out with a victory there if the Broncos offensively come out and have one of their better games. Certainly can. It's the NFL. A lot of things can happen. Just make the reference JB. JB's known to drop a couple here and there, couple here and there. Like I said, my bad. I had to sit for a second and run in a dollar store. Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. I can see it now. RC moving as fast as Castellanos moves out there on the field, up and down the aisles. Well, Ohio State is playing now. I haven't even checked on their score and stuff like that. That's just the confidence, or at least they should be playing now. I don't see the game. Maybe it's got to refresh here. Yeah, they should be playing now. Meanwhile, for the Hurricanes, quick pass there to the receiver, and the receiver fighting for what he can, picking up about a good 2, 3 yards on the play. Yeah, Ohio State's leading, but it looks like they're kicking field goals right now. Let's see. SM says Arch definitely ain't declaring. Oh man, Arch has he's got to figure this out. He's got to figure this out. The kid's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now we understand why they didn't start him last year. They knew just how bad he was. Mark Fletcher on the carry for the Hurricanes picks up a first down. I know the UNLV and Wyoming game right now is currently snowing down there in Wyoming. Already getting some snow games. Meanwhile, Carson Beck dunking it deep. He has a man, and the man makes the reception. Big time catch. Oh man, Mark Sanchez is facing 3 charges. Did not realize he was facing 3 charges there. She makes it. It might be ugly, but Hurts always gets it done. Marcy said, "JB, I run like a constipated turtle, aka Shador." That is not an image I ever envisioned before. And Mississippi State, what is Mississippi State score right now? That's a good question too. They're up 3-0 at the end of the first quarter against Texas A&M. It's at Texas A&M as well. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Mississippi State does win that game. And again, here in this one, first quarter, 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. And right now, the Miami Hurricanes looking to get their first points of the game. They finally cracked the red zone here at the 19-yard line of the Seminoles. Snaps the ball, feeds it to Mark Fletcher. Mark moving bodies here, picks up a tough, let's say 6 yards on the carry. Again, Seminoles up 3-0, but the Hurricanes here looking to get some points. Can they get into the end zone here? And if you're Florida State, you got to prevent that. As he said, Anthony Manning. As he said, how is it snowing, JB? JB doesn't have that answer. I don't have that answer. I'm like, we're just barely in October here, and they're already talking snow. Like, that's crazy. All right, 2nd and 5 here. Receiver goes in motion to the back, in the back, off the right side. Fights for it, picks up about 4 yards in the play. That's going to make it 3rd and 1 here for the Miami Hurricanes. Again, right now, offensive line moving that defensive line back. That's going to be an important battle here throughout this game. Phoenix says, "No, boo, we ain't ready for that." Phoenix says, "You can't go out there and go fishing in that stuff." And she said, "Who won that Colorado versus TCU game?" That game should not have been like that game should still be playing right now, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that game should be playing right now. But I'll look and see when I can find a second to find that score. All right. Carson back up under center. Receiver goes in motion. Snaps it. Gives to the back. In the back. He's got to fight for it. Now, I don't know if he had enough to get it. It looked like he was going to get it, but then they stopped his momentum. He's short, but it's close enough, I feel like, to where you have to go for it if you're the Miami Hurricanes. You just got to do it. It's what you do. It's a little what you do. All right, so let's see. Oh, man, poor Houston. Texas Tech may be the opponent to just slaughter them, but we'll see. 4th and 1. Can Miami get this first down? Got a fullback back in the backfield, multiple tight ends here. Back up under center. Motions to tight end. Gets to the back, in the back. Gets the first down with ease. All right, maybe not with ease, but he certainly got that first down. All right, Colorado TCU. Colorado TCU. Let me see if I can find it real quick. All right, that game is at the end of the first quarter, and actually, we have nobody that has scored so far. It is 0-0 as of right now in that game, RC. So they're just starting the second quarter. Samuel said, "You better get some KFC." Oh man, I hear you, Samuel. RC says Samuel is hungry. Xander, what's good? What's good? I did watch a little bit of that Michigan versus Wisconsin game and seeing you guys pull away from Wisconsin there. Wisconsin was terrible offensively. I mean, flat out terrible. Beck throws it into double coverage there, gets the completion, about a good 3 yards shy of that end zone, though, but gets the completion. Going to make it second down coming up here for the Miami Hurricanes. Again, first quarter, we got a minute and 15 seconds to go here. Florida State up 3-0, but the Miami Hurricanes knocking on the door. Will they be able to break in, though? Florida State defense feeding off the crowd. They understand how big this thing is. Mike says, is Belichick still the coach? He is still the coach down here in North Carolina, and North Carolina is just crumbling. I hope that they go ahead and fire him swiftly. Save him from himself. Meanwhile, Hurricanes, that's a touchdown. Miami. First touchdown of the game. And just like that, to C.J. Daniels for the score here in the first quarter with 50 seconds remaining. 9 plays on this drive, 79 yards in just under 5 minutes in terms of time possession off the clock here. That's how you draw it up. Goes down there and score the touchdown here. And now it's time for the PAT attempt. Oh, I see Colorado scored a touchdown, so they're up 6-0 against TCU. And again, look at him, shake and bake. The defensive back looked like he never played coverage a day in his life. You let that half-baked move just fake you out like that, bro? Come on, man. All right, so Miami scored there, and they'll be kicking the ball off again. Just 50 seconds left here in the first quarter of play, and we will see how Florida State responds. And so Magic Man's in the building. What's good with ya? Magic Man says, "Go Kane." What's good? I about to say, I know that has to be Michael Irvin over there. I know it has to be. I got to give it to Michael Irvin. He stays passionate and never forgets his alma mater. I will give him that. I mean, I'm still in shock that UCLA got their first win today, guys, against Penn State. How did y'all feel about that game? That was just insane. That Texas losing, a lot of crazy stuff today. All right, but let's see what Florida State can do here offensively. Again, Castellanos, he knows how important this game is. He wants to put this team on his back. He was actually born in Miami, Florida, huh? There's that in common with JB. How nice. Magic Man says, great day, great day. Let's see, we're always 10 wins away from a World Series there. All right, first and 10. Definitely in the formation here. Got to watch Castellanos. He will run it himself. Up, and before he can, there is a flag. Let's see. SM says that Belichick in college is like when Urban Meyer was coaching the Jaguars there. Yeah, I don't like it at all. But yeah, I don't like it at all. Like, just pluck it up from the root. Like, pluck it up from the root. Don't let it grow back. Get rid of him. Get rid of his children out there. Get rid of his girlfriend. Just get rid of all of them. Start fresh, because this ain't good at all. This ain't good at all. It's just pure bad. Really bad. First and 15. Castellano throws the ball here. Picks up maybe a yard and a half. 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. But my man said Brewers. So Mike says Philly fans. I'm sorry, Phillies fan. Which he says, JB, which do I get for dinner? He said McDonald's, KFC, or local chicken chain close by where you live. I say go ahead and give it to the local chicken chain. If they're good, give it to them this time. Castellanos on the run, picks up a couple yards there, but it ain't nearly enough. Might have picked up about 2, 3 yards there on the run. You say, who's the quarterbacks? Yeah, so for Florida State, you've got Castellanos. He was a transfer from Boston College. So he spent last year with Bill O'Brien in Boston College. He's always known for running, always known for his legs. But this year and a couple of times last year, he's shown that he's developing as a passer and putting it together out there as long as you've got talent out there for him. But he can just straight up run. And he's very confident in himself. You will not find a quarterback with more confidence than what he's got pretty much for like most of the league. That being said, Miami quarterback, the transfer from the University of Georgia, Carson Beck, looking to redeem himself, had an injury. Georgia basically said kick rock, transfer to Miami. And there he is. You see, Mike says, Honey Barbecue back at KFC. This is news to me. Mike says, go local always. That's right. Got to support the local businesses. At the end of the day, these are the people that, if you lose them, it becomes a lot more harder. And trust me, everywhere else is going to go up on their prices. SM says, go Dodgers. Mike says, RIP, Rite Aid. Let's see. Or she says, JB, I asked my niece and she didn't give a thing. She said she doesn't give a hot barbecue sauce where you go at, RC. Dang, these kids are ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. I'm trying to think, who did I pick to win out of Kansas and UCF? I think I went with Kansas, but I'm not 100% sure who I chose in that matchup. All right, but you guys, since we're at the commercial right now, you guys let me know what are some NFL games you guys are looking forward to the rest of this weekend, whether it's tomorrow, Monday. Which games are you guys looking forward to the most? Because you think it was Kansas? I feel like it was Kansas too. I feel like I gave Kansas the benefit of the doubt, despite the fact that they are on the road. I do think I gave them the benefit of the doubt. So I'm over here like side eyeing right now. Like, did I make the right decision? Still close. We'll see what the second half brings. Let's see what she said. JB, what do you do when the kids, well, teens don't care? You get them that ramen noodles. That's what you do. Give them ramen noodles until they decide to care, RC. That's what you do. Or just straight vegetables, straight vegetables. All right, so Essom says the Chiefs versus the Jaguars will be a good game. And you know what? It's an important game. For Kansas City, it will continue their win streak there, continue to build confidence as they're getting more and more healthy. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, if they can pull off a win like this, that would be huge because I feel like most people right now just assume that the Colts will win the division as of right now from what they've seen so far this season. If it comes down to the Colts and the Jaguars, they assume the Colts will get it, but we don't really know how good the Jaguars really are. But hey, you don't win in the NFL by accident. I think the San Francisco 49ers showed us that this past Thursday that they won despite having their top two receivers, without having their top tight end, and without having their starting quarterback. Mac Rolling Stone Jones went out there and rolled a couple stones into the end zone. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it, but he found a way against a really good Rams, defense, because this Rams team was pretty much really good, but the 49ers found a way to win. So teams that find a way to win, we're gonna find out if the Chiefs are that team or not. Because if they can beat, I'm sorry, not the Chiefs, the Jaguars. If they can beat the Chiefs, that will be very impressive. To where I'm like, okay, I might need to reevaluate where I think the Jaguars are as a team, honestly. And so, oh, didn't A&M score a touchdown or no? Oh, it's 3-0 still. Okay, bet. All right, 3rd and 11 for Florida State. Throws it. Gets the completion over the middle. And that's going to be just shy from the first down marker, the referee says. He thinks he got it. I think he might have a case. Mike says Vikings versus Browns mid. I'm just looking forward to seeing those reaction after the game's over. That's what I'm looking forward to. Laney says Broncos game and the Jaguars game. How y'all feeling right now about Travis Hunter? Like, what's y'all opinion about what he's done so far this season? Gives it to the running back. Running back ain't going nowhere. Okay. Again, Hurricanes up 7-3. We're here in the early stages of the second quarter right now. Florida State trying to move it. They moved it well in the first quarter, first drive of the game, but since then they've been slowed down. As them says, Commanders and Chargers. And so, yeah, because Jaden Daniels, he's back officially, but still no Terry McLaurin, if I'm not mistaken. Costellino's feeling the pressure, throws it incomplete. Incomplete. Right now, Miami's pinning their ears back and saying, we're going to get after this quarterback, and we're not going to let him have the time to think about running that ball. He's going to be feeling that pressure the moment he turn around. Sammy said Mississippi State with the football back. Or she said, JB, we talking a team that will eat anything. Oh man. Sammy said Tulsa versus Memphis game score 0-7. Bet, appreciate the update. All right, so here we go for the Seminoles here on 3rd and 10. Can Castellanos make some magic happen here for the Florida State Seminoles here from their own 35-yard line? Up, and there's some movement. See, Matt McMahon says that Travis Hunter needs to be a receiver. He looked below average at cornerback. Honestly, I feel like you're right. Hunter needs to focus in at that wide receiver spot. That's where it seems like it's going to be what keeps him in the league. Yes, he can be out there, obviously, on Hail Mary plays, obvious passing plays, but right now it's just packaging in and stuff, just little by little by little. But first, let's master one thing first before we start working on the second thing. Let's first master the wide receiver position first. 3rd and 5. Throws this one, gets the completion near the sideline. That's a first down there for Florida State. Big time pass on 3rd down. Laney says, I really haven't seen him do too much yet. I haven't seen any highlights, and I know if he was doing something, I would see some highlights there, but I haven't seen any highlights. I just seen he fumbled the ball one time this season. That's about all I've seen. Running play here, feeds to the running back, picks up about almost 2 yards there on the carry in second quarter with about 13 minutes and 24 seconds to go. Hurricanes up 7-3, but Florida State with the football right now. And let's see what they do the rest of this drive. Archie said, JB, some bad medicine he took, your dad, allegedly that is. Oh man, RC, that's terrible. That's terrible. How does that like how does that happen there? Some bad medicine? Sorry to hear that. In around from Florida State doesn't result in anything. In fact, might have lost a yard. Let's see. Mike says Cowboys versus the Jets will be interesting. And so we will see how that one goes out there. We will see. If Justin Fields doesn't go out there and perform, at some point do we just say, like, what are they doing? What are they doing? All right, 3rd and 9 for Florida State. Castellanos on the move here. Looking. He's going to tuck it and run. Brought down from behind. Picks up maybe 2 yards on the carry, but 4th down coming up. You never know with him. Every play is a possibility to where he can take off and run. But here we are in the second quarter, early second quarter, and now 4th down coming up, 4th and 8. All right, so 4th and 8 here, Seminoles with the football. Will they really go for it? Probably not. All right, I was about to say that would be foolish. They'll take the penalty there. Oh, they're going to take a timeout. Okay, so they're going to burn a timeout here. Samuel says Texas Tech versus Houston game score is 22-3 in the second quarter with about 5:22 left to go. Can Mississippi State pull off the upset is the question in that one. Braden, Brayhawk, how are we today, Braden? Talk to me, man. What's going on in the world of Braden right now? I feel like Braden just got so frustrated with the Green Bay Packers the last 2 weeks. He went down there personally to go coach him up to ensure that they don't continue to make this mistake. I feel like that's what Braden's doing. Either that or maybe he's trying out for the team himself. What's good? Still feel like Braden may have taken a trip to the UCLA game just to ensure that UCLA got that W. against Penn State. Again, we're currently here at the commercial. I wonder how far does that drop? How does that loss drop Penn State? Like, are we talking in the 20s, maybe outside the top 25? Honestly, because let's be real, who is UCLA supposed to be? They were winless. And Mike points out that Desmond Ritter was cut. That's right. I did see earlier today that Desmond Ritter did get cut. You say it's over, Bryce, and so we're gonna find that out. We're about to find that out, Mike, very soon. I feel like we're gonna find that out. Xander says, "What's the score?" The score is right now the Miami Hurricanes are up 7-3 against the Florida State Seminoles here in the second quarter with about 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the second. So yeah, the Hurricanes are winning 7-3 right now. Yeah, JB scoreboard was going crazy. See, SM says Jaguars have, yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. I don't get why they thought they needed to go get Hunter. I'm not sure why either. Honestly, that was a move to me that just made it seem like, hey, we want to sell tickets and stuff like that. I mean, if you thought he was special as a receiver, then I guess you thought like, okay, we can really open up this offense there because you feel like Trevor Lawrence he needs more for some reason. But I honestly don't get it either. I feel like you could have just stayed where you was at there, draft the best player available and just not, mortgage so much for a guy that right now we got to see what his impact's going to be. I have serious concern. Xander says your cousin's favorite team is Florida State. Okay, okay, bet. My brother used to grow up a Florida State Seminole fan back in the day. Let's see, Brayhawk says, great. Observe the college in your area social media team. Had a great time. Also got a couple nice videos of the game yourself. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Brayhawk going big time here. I can see it now. Brayhawk Productions. See, Brandon says that Penn State shouldn't be ranked, like at all. Eston said, I don't see him becoming a Otani of baseball. Think Jaguars GM just wanted to make a splash because he had hype from being with the Rams. And so I truly believe that this was about, splash. That's what they wanted. All right, so here we go. Oh, Hurricanes taking a shot, and he has a man, and that's going to be a touchdown for Miami. Wow. Just like that. Wow. That is insane. 44 yards, and guess who? Malachi Tooney. If you haven't heard the name before, definitely remember it. Number 10. Because this Tooney has hands. And look at how he ran his route there. I like it. I like it. That's a touchdown there for Miami. Football. Sanders says, "What do you think? Michigan is going to be ranked now? What is Michigan currently ranked? What are they currently ranked? Like, unfortunately, it's not going to be a major jump because it's Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is not viewed as that high of a ranked team there. But they did separate themselves at the end, so maybe move up. What about a good 3 spots? Probably is realistic for Michigan to move up about 3 spots. I got to see the teams ahead of them or near them in terms of who lost and who won. But I would say moving up about 2, 3 spots for Michigan. I can see that after this win. I just don't remember off the top of my head what they're currently ranked. See, Braden says, yeah, maybe I'll change my name at some point to that. Brayhawk Productions. It sticks, doesn't it? Let's see. Mr. JB says, don't forget about Miami. Let's see. Brayhawk says, wow. They're 20. So yeah, I can see them moving up to about 17. I can see that 17 for now. And just keep moving up each week. Keep moving up each week. When is the next ranked team that Michigan has on their schedule, Xander? Or who's next? But yeah, Hurricanes up 14-3 right now. Second quarter, about 11:25 to go here before we reach halftime. Top Florida State sleeping that time. A man got wide open, but it's because the route that he ran, honestly. He ran one heck of a route there, lulled the secondary to sleep, and then turned on the jet there when needed to. We're still at the commercial here. Oh, you guys got USC coming up. Trying to think, what has USC done? Because USC lost to. Wait, you guys don't play like the Fighting Illini or anything like that, Xander? Because I would think that should that not be a rank one? You guys don't play Indiana also this year? Because I'm just thinking a couple of ranked teams in the Big Ten. But yeah, USC, that should be a fun one. That should be a fun one coming up here against USC. But I fully expect that Michigan's going to win that one. But this should be a fun one nonetheless. Anytime you get to play a USC team, that does get a lot of recognition. You go, especially if y'all can go out there and like really embarrass USC, then that would really like get some attention, I feel like. I'm James Franklin. I'm saying like, look, no cameras. I ain't speaking to nobody at all. Not even my own coaching staff after a loss like that. All right, so now you look at this one. Miami's up 14-3. You have to ask the question for Florida State. What are you guys about to do right now to try to change things around? Meanwhile, Colorado's still winning 7-0 against TCU. Oh, Washington, that's going to be a nice defensive matchup against Washington. Okay. All right, no return here. So now Seminoles here. Down 14-3 here in the second quarter. They have to find a way to be able to score. They came out with a lot of energy early in this one, but right now that energy has faded from them. So we will see. 'Cause they're in dangerous territory. You mess around and you don't score and you get the ball back to Miami, they're liable to score again on you. So if you're Florida State, you got to find a way, somehow, some way to come out here and get some points. First and 10, quick pass, caught, and working its way, going to be about half a yard shy of that first down marker. Pickup of 9 on the play for Florida State. Again, here in the second quarter, 11 minutes and 8 seconds to go here before halftime. Second and 1. All right, gives it to the back. That's a first down. Xander says, you say you guys are going to finish 10-2. Who do you guys have? Well, who do you think is going to be the second loss in that one? Then maybe 11-1 if you guys are able to beat Ohio State. I feel like Michigan doesn't get enough love because they certainly should be considered as one of the teams that considered to go into the college football playoffs. But we know that'll work itself out towards the end of the year. But there is a flag here. See, Ian says that his championship prediction is dead. He had Clemson and Texas. And oh man, I'd have kept that one to myself, Brayhawk, in all honesty. But I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing because I did say Ohio State and Texas at the beginning was what I did project. Ohio State and Texas. So I'm right there with you. Florida has shown, well, shoot, the first game of the season showed me everything I needed to know. So after that penalty here, we got a first down here for Florida State. First and 10. Miami side of the football field. Run play here by the running back. Running back trying to make a move here. Picks up about 4 yards there on the carry. Second down coming up here for Florida State. Brayhawk says that Bryce Underwood is gaining more confidence. Now tell me this, Braden, straight up now. If your Iowa Hawkeyes had Bryce Underwood, would that improve y'all's passing game to where you guys could average about 25 plus a game? Castellanos feeling the pressure. Castellanos on the run. Who's gonna get him? Picks up the first down. See, that's the trouble whenever you blitz Castellanos is that if you don't get both hands on him, he is going to make you pay. So whoever gets back there has got to be able to get him for the sack. And he's a tough one to get. Castellanos throws that one incomplete. Incomplete. There is a flag. Right now, Florida State coach has to feel like the whole world is against him. Mistake there. These are just things you can't afford. And it says Bryce is running more and throwing more completions. And so, yes, I have noticed about the running more. I seen what was it against Nebraska where he was really using his legs a lot and the completions as well. First and 25, run play here by the running back picks up the 2 yards on the carry. Second down coming up. Colorado's up 14-0 right now. All right, snaps the ball, quick pass to the receiver, and the receiver is going to pick up a couple yards here on the play. Third down coming up, third and long. So third and 21 right now. What exactly do you drop in the playbook for something like this? Castellanos looking. Castellanos taking off the run again. Castellanos just will not stop running. Picked up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. Steve Andrews says you didn't know if I would go live today. You thought that JB might cancel or something. JB gets it. JB gets it. But yeah, Florida State and Miami certainly want to go live for this one. And Daniel Barry Sports, what's good? Says happy Saturday. Hey everyone, how are you? And any and everybody that's currently playing fantasy football, let JB know how are all your fantasy football teams doing so far this season. Now that we've got a couple games under the belt here, who's feeling good about their fantasy football team? Who's a little nervous right now? Who needs a big trade? And who just lost somebody massive due to injuries? RC said, who is Sunday Night Football? It's going to be the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots tomorrow for Sunday Night Football, RC. Susanna says, am I going to be live tomorrow? I will not be live tomorrow there. Will not be live tomorrow there. Have to find a balance between spending time with the wife, spending time working on personal projects, and then also streaming. So therefore, for the near future, JB won't be doing back-to-back live streams for some time. If he's gonna put your boy on the spot like that. You see, it's like this. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. JB has on record said that Buffalo's gonna win. I've said that Buffalo's gonna win by a touchdown. But in my heart of heart, in my heart of heart, I feel like it's going to come down to if the Patriots cannot turn the ball over. If we go tomorrow with no turnovers, we will beat the Buffalo Bills, which sounds crazy in theory. I know we lost to the Steelers 2 games ago, but we turned the ball over 5 times and we still had a chance to beat them if we just didn't have Ramondre Stevenson fumbling the ball the way he did. Too many fumbles in that game. Too many fumbles. So if we can hold on to the football, the way that Buffalo's defense is not that great right now, they're really not that good defensively. It's going to come down to the offense, and the offense has not had to do too much because of some of the teams that they're playing. I really feel like we can upset Buffalo in my heart of heart. There's not a doubt in me that we can do it. It just comes down to protecting the football. But of course, JB's going to pick the Bills to play it safe because I can't be the only one to lose my pick'ems if that's the case there. But I believe that Buffalo can lose and will lose to the Patriots tomorrow. Mike says cold front game. SCR said, JB, how you feeling about your Hawkeyes though? You see, you're seeing the comments there. And so, hey, I mean, sky's the limit, right? Sky's the limit. It's I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen, RC. I do want to see it happen. That I do. Let's see. RC says you lost 3 subs, and so oh man, the sometimes it's not even subscribers leaving. Sometimes it's just YouTube just making them disappear. Like they're very weird about that. Very weird about that. Let's see. Kenneth says, "Am I gonna do the Jags and Chiefs Monday night?" Yes, that is the game plan there, Kenneth. Do we have a double header on Monday night, or is it just one game this Monday night? Because I know I'm doing a Monday night game there, but do we have a double header? Meanwhile, for the Hurricanes there, running the ball, gonna lose a yard on the play. So it's just one, yeah. So the Chiefs and the Jaguars, yes, that is the game. JB says, how many games Buffalo lost this season? And so right now, Buffalo has not lost a game yet, but extremely early. And you never know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. All right, 2nd and 11. Beck looking, dumps it off short. Takes on the contact there, picks up about a good 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. 3rd down coming up. Let's see. Mike says, how is Hunter doing? Oh, man. I asked that question earlier, Mike, because right now I haven't heard too much about him. So, not too much really going on. Apparently, struggling a little bit, just not looking elite on defense. So, offense may be his bread and butter, but he's got a lot of work to do. Let's see. Single game. All right, bet. Yeah. So, it'll be the Jaguars and Chiefs Monday night. All right, 3rd and 2. Flag on the play. Like I said, JB, I got to get a Hawkeyes jersey, maybe 30 of them. I'm surprised you don't already have 30 of them, RC. I am surprised. Let's see. Mike says Indiana Jones will be good. Oh, yeah, against the Raiders, I expect for them to cook. It's just a matter of will they even need to do that much for him in the 4th quarter? Because by the 4th quarter, if Brock Bowers is certainly not playing, which it sounds like he's not playing for the Raiders, I just really don't like the Raiders' chances against the Colts tomorrow. Really don't. You say the Chiefs are so back, wide receivers back, like they never left. All right, 3rd and 7 for the Hurricanes. Carson Beck running, takes on that side, that contact there, thrust his hip in his direction there. That's a new move. 4th down coming up. 4th and 3. We got about 5 minutes and 35 seconds here to go here in the second quarter. Okay, so Sammy says breaking news: tension in Portland and Chicago, including Broadview in Chicago. And RC says, "Chat, who my Cowboys play next?" Your Cowboys are going to be playing again. Isn't it the Jets? Yeah, the Jets. They play the Jets tomorrow. That's a winnable game, RC. That's a very winnable game against the Jets. Punt the ball. See, RC says, JB, I love that new Taylor Swift album. It's fierce and she uses some profanity. More to though. Really? Really? It just goes to show, I guess, just what life will do to you, honestly. Yeah, she says, Power Jets for the win. Oh man, that's just terrible. Probably gonna end up in a tie, honestly. All right, running back gets it for Florida State. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. Oh my goodness, he caught the football up like a popcorn machine. He lost the ball and the Hurricanes recovered it. What is he doing? You know what? Investigate him. I'm starting to think that he made a bet against his own team. Investigate him. He's a fraud. Wow. Clean rip on that one. Definitely a fumble. There ain't nothing that you can say about that. That was a big time play there for the Hurricanes defensively. So why is he yelling at other people? He's the one that fumbled the ball. Oh man, Old Dominion pulled out the belt against Coastal Carolina. Mike says, "It's none else will say it. I will." And so, Mike says this is his truth here. He says Swift is mid as heck. 1st and 10. Carson back up under center here from their own 40, from their own 46-yard line. They're gonna run it, pick up a couple yards here. I can't believe North Carolina made Klubnik look like a superstar out there. 22 of 24. North Carolina has really fallen off the map. 3 losses by 25 or more points this season. Is that not a fireable offense? 2nd and 8. Jack all day throws it, finds a guy all by himself, turns on the speed here, still running into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Oh my goodness, did we just pick a snooze fest here? Is this why NFL Game Day chose to go to Tuscaloosa instead? Oh, wait a minute. A penalty. Illegal motion. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Wow. See, Mike says the Panthers will be wrecked. All right. Well, JB's saying that the Panthers are going to beat the Dolphins. Again, JB could be wrong, but I think the Panthers will come out and beat the Dolphins. But we will see. All right. 2nd and 13. Beck looking, Beck throws it. Fighting forward there, gained some yards there, but obviously third down coming up with about 350 left to go here in a second. She said what Samuel's saying, JB. He's asking if you're in Chicago. I don't know about the Milwaukee part there. He said RC's in Oklahoma. All right, 3rd and 8. Can the Hurricanes convert here on 3rd down? Beck feeling the pressure. Hit. Incomplete. 4th down coming up, leaving about 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here before we reach halftime. Something about Virginia going to overtime. They do not lose in overtime, apparently. Florida State, you still got a chance to get you some points here before halftime. Kickoff on the way. That was crazy bounce. I feel like this going to bounce back and forth. See, so RC dropping smoke screen says he's on in Chicago. Outskirts for him. I gotta say, is that Edgerrin James? Okay, I thought I recognized Edgerrin James there. I was like, wait a minute. They just went and got all the alumni out for this one, I see. That's Florida State. If Miami gets to him, they got to start sacking him because every time you pull pressure, if you don't get him, he's just going to take off and run. Throws it, gets a completion here. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. My goodness. Someone talk to him. Talk to the kid before JB talked to him. What are they doing? Do they not care? Do they not understand what this game means? I mean, Robinson just lost the ball. Lost the ball. Couldn't recover his own fumble after losing it. Left it to his teammate to try to go in there and get that football, and that wasn't going to happen. Wow. Florida State surviving their own mistakes barely. 2nd and 3. Running back gets the first down. Seminoles looking. Got hit while he threw it. Incomplete. 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 That time, bringing pressure on him. I'm looking at Ohio State. I see Tate the 7 catches for 163 yards and a touchdown. My goodness. Yeah, Hurricanes 14, Seminoles 3. here in the second quarter, just under 2 minutes remaining here before halftime. The JB is definitely a process, bro. And so, oh yeah, definitely trust the process. Unless we're talking 76ers, because the process it will just never work. Got to blow up the process in that case. So Ohio State's beating Minnesota 21-3. They're currently right now at halftime. Julian Sand is 14 of 17 for 237 yards and two passing touchdowns in that one. TCU's tied it up 14-14. Josh Hoover seems to be waking up for TCU. So RC says that YouTube makes you want to go crazy, you know? Oh, it certainly does. A nice pass there and a completion. First down there for Florida State. First and 10 here. Looking. Sure. For the sack. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. It finally happened. Normally he finds a crease to escape away from the pocket, but that time Hurricanes got to him there, and what a big time sack that was. Second and 18, looking, screen, running back, running, running, tripped up at about the 38-yard line. See, RC said it's a make or break season for you in Hawkeyes Bruins women's college basketball. Really? Elaborate. Elaborate. Is it just the vibe being so different, like what you mentioned with the Las Vegas Aces, to where it's like it's just not feeling the same there, or what's going on with that one for the make or break? It just like this year's got a result and a Final Four or something like that for it to be, I don't know, like worth it with all the talent that's there. What I do know is that Florida State's punting the ball here, so the Hurricanes will have. Let's see. Ball still bouncing, still bouncing. Oh, it's taking a Florida State bounce all the way to about the 18, I'm sorry, 8-yard line. And that is where Miami will take over with about 45 seconds. They have all three timeouts also. That's the X factor. So at all three timeouts, 45 seconds to work with if you're Miami, you certainly can have an opportunity to try to get in field goal range potentially. As you said, I need to find a community. My community is too small. Maybe I should upload and do more lives, which I'm beginning to do more of. I feel like RC, if someone subscribes to you for a video that you post, from my experience, and again, I could be wrong, because I haven't been posting videos like that in a minute, but when they subscribe to you via videos, they don't really check out the live streams. And usually, if they watch the video, it's one video that maybe they like, but then they don't keep coming back for videos usually. But if they join during the live stream and subscribe to you, while it may not always be quicker than the videos that you like, the one-off videos and stuff, but if it's during the live, they tend to possibly interact, or at least they engage for a little bit longer during those. But you're right. Hey, you find the magic formula, you let JB know. All right, so that's going to take us here to halftime with the score being Miami 14, Florida State 3 here at halftime. So far, it's been all about the Miami Hurricanes, not to mention the Hurricanes will get the football first in the second half when we come back to start that second half. Mike is asking the biggest upset today. It's got to be UCLA beating Penn State, Mike, without a shadow of a doubt, because even though Florida beating Texas was big news there, it was down there at Florida and Florida has at least beaten someone this season, but UCLA was over, 0 for 4. They was not given much of a chance. Now, granted, UCLA fought them boys hard last year. They fought them boys real hard last year against Penn State. So I did slick think about that, but I was like, nah, this is an 0-4 UCLA team, new coach, blah, blah, blah. But man, you talk about insult to injury. Penn State fans might have been mad and heartbroken about last week. This week just make you sick to your stomach. Guarantee it. You may not hear from another Penn State fan for the rest of the year. That's how bad of a loss this one was. Yes, yes. It says JB listen to Taylor Swift song called Father Figure. Meanwhile, JB needs to go and get some more water. So JB will be right back, guys. So yeah, JB will be right back. to go down. I wonder if 80s is watching that game. Pretty sure 80s is too. Let's see, Mike says the Ravens get back on track tomorrow? Question mark. Let me take a quick look and see who are the Ravens playing again next tomorrow. They're playing against the Houston Texans. I think that just because of the fact that Lamar Jackson is not playing in that game, Houston is pretty good defensively. Their problems come with their offense there, but Ravens defense has not been that good. I think I think Houston gets this one. I'm just gonna give them a little bit of respect and say that they can beat the Ravens with the Ravens backup quarterback, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think that they do find a way to win. But it's gonna be a very close, ugly looking game. But they will find a way to win. So Houston wins. So no, my answer to that one is no. Ravens don't get back on track. Not this week, anyways. So it says JB. Honestly, if I was chasing views, I would just discuss the South Carolina Gamecocks, but you love your Hawkeyes and Bruins too much to chase after views. So instead, you let the views chase after you. That's what you do. And so the mad chatter. He said, dang, Ravens a wreck. They're not alone. They're not alone. Them, Bengals, Browns, Steelers might be able to clinch their division shoot 5 weeks prior to the playoffs at this rate. I mean, at some point, I expect Baltimore's going to win, but it might be a situation where they're this year's last year's Cincinnati, where when they start winning, it might be too little, too late for it to really matter, just because of the whole injury and stuff like that, and the division that they're in. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh steady finding ways to win. It's not pretty, but they are finding ways to come out with the W. So yeah, let's see. Mike says, shout out to RC. Yes, shout out RC. Posting more and more. I'm starting to see more and more of RC videos on my timeline, and that is a great thing to see. But what do you guys want to see in the second half? What does Florida State need to do if they're going to change things from the from what we saw in the first half to the second half? Because honestly, the first half it felt like Miami dominated that first half. What do you guys need to see more of from Florida State in that second half? As RC says, his Phillies and his Cubs both lost. Oh man, RC's throwing more than chairs. More than chairs. Mike says his channel is called the Sports Blitz Crash Out Show. We need more of it. Need more of it. I've got two of my fantasy football teams still undefeated right now. Two of them still undefeated. My third one in Rising Rhinos League ain't looking too great right now. I think we're like 1-3 in that one, but there's like 20 teams in that one. So I don't there's no way I can fix that team. That team just gotta fix themselves. Mike says Philly's still in it. Meanwhile, Sammy says Super Bowl bad show halftime name is Bad Bunny. And so yes, I've heard many, many times, Sammy, about the halftime show indeed. Indeed, I've heard mixed reviews. Just depends on, if we're talking like inside or outside of the U.S. It seems to differ in terms of whether or not they're excited or not. She said, JB, I had other people tell me other women's college basketball, you are a fake black man. Oh my goodness. Oh man, yeah, I'm not gonna read that one out there, but man, that's insane. That's insane. Because I don't know why people just do that. I remember I was reading one of Zoe's videos and like somebody just started randomly attacking him for no reason. And you best believe that Zoe went in there and just got after that guy that was doing that. But I don't know why people do that to begin with, honestly. I really don't. If you have a difference of opinion, it's perfectly fine to have a difference of opinion in terms of who you like. That's the best part about it, that you get to choose the teams that you're passionate about, just for the sake that you just simply like them, whatever that reason is, whether it's the color of the jersey, whether it's because you're from the area, maybe you have somebody who used to like the sport and they were close to you, so you like them as well. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. We like sports because it's supposed to be a break from reality. That's what it's supposed to be. So insane. But Chelsea said, I'm throwing back dagger shots and fireball whiskey shots while throwing chairs. Consequently, RC, that is a deadly combination right there. I feel like you're going to end up in the AMC theaters on the big screen if you keep that up. But she said, Mild Bunny, Bugs Bunny, Good Bunny, Chocolate Bunny, Easter Bunny, or is it or could it be Bad Bunny? Oh man. Mike says no more Memphis showboats. What's the name of that running back that Memphis has? Mike, the big guy that with no speed for the Memphis showboats. I forget his name. Isn't it like Victor or something? Or the man's built like a tugboat, but I forget his name. But yeah, if they're ever going to advance, they needed someone with a little bit more speed. At least the lightning to his thunder. At least. You say no more Michigan Panthers, no more San Antonio Brahmas. A lot of changes there, Mike. Just say, JB, I'm loving it because the future for us is going to be glorious, and it shouldn't matter who is suiting up for us as long as they fill their role. That's all that matters. That's all that's matter. Everything else, as Nick Saban would say, is just rat poisoning at this point. All it is. We hear the Taysom Hill's coming back for the Saints. That to save the day for them. All right, and again, we are still currently at halftime. Does anybody play like fantasy hockey by chance? That's probably a Rising Rhino thing. I should probably ask him about that. But I was curious if anybody's ever played fantasy hockey, or do they play fantasy hockey? Dang, it feels like all these games are currently right now at halftime. Mike says the Titans will be owned by the Cardinals tomorrow. But the Bengals are gonna be slaughtered once again, I feel like. It's a long season for those Bengal fans who thought that this was gonna be possibly the year. NBA comes back October 22nd. NBA almost back. Time for JB Lakers to do a little something something this year. I might just have to start doing at least a couple college basketball streams myself there. I'm more so interested in doing college basketball. She made a mistake there. That could have been costly. See, Mike says, okay, broadcast on broadcast. Al Michaels ask. Sammy says, I wish new PC laptop, please, on Christmas Day. So Sammy wants the new laptop and he expects Santa Mike to purchase it. Mike says, is there a Purdy Mac Jones controversy? Honestly, at first I would have said no. But the last time I saw Purdy out there, Purdy looked dirty. Purdy is not able to play. Yes, I'm saying Purdy like that, but he's not able to go out there and make things happen without those key guys around him. And I know that everybody's been saying it for the longest, but you can truly see that the offense is not elevated when he starts. Meanwhile, Mac Jones is used to playing with nothing. He's played with nothing for most all of his career. He's played with absolutely nothing. He left the Patriots and went to a Jaguars team that had just about as little as what we had, in all honesty. So he's used to making something out of nothing. And this is probably his best situation. Well, definitely his best situation he's been in. So I feel like Mac Jones is able to help them through the struggle just because he's used to it. Meanwhile, for Brock Purdy, he's not used to things being such a struggle. Yes, he's dealt with injuries, but to lose all the pieces that he's without right now, I feel like he doesn't have that ability to carry a bad team. Policy scream. JB, life just lifting, everything gonna be okay. You're right. You're right. RC's the calm after the storm. We are here at the commercial, still waiting for halftime to conclude to continue this rivalry game between the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles. What does the Seminoles have in store for us in the second half? What do the Hurricanes have? Now, one thing I will say about the Miami Hurricanes, I remember when they played against Notre Dame, they let Notre Dame come back against them in that fourth quarter there. So if you're Miami, you have to remember that so you prevent it from happening again there. Go out there and dominate the second half. If you're the Hurricanes, that's what the doctor ordered. Go out there and dominate. Meanwhile, if you're Florida State, you've got to find a way to get some momentum going there, just like you had in that opening drive there. They've got to find a way to make some plays. Meanwhile, Sammy says that Ohio State is up 21-3 against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and they are currently right now at the start of the third quarter. Appreciate the update there, Sammy. second half there. Miami defensively must keep must keep looking at containment. And when I say containment, when this quarterback is dropping back and it's five wide there, you've got to understand when you bring pressure, he's gonna find a crack. So you've got to close in that line around him and leave him no room to escape. Says that we want Sanders and at the Browns quarterback. That we do, but they don't want that, Mike. They don't want that. I mean, says hey JB, I think gotta pick NC NACC championship, NCAA championship. What if JB's got to pick? Of course, I'm going to pick Ohio State. But who would the Buckeyes be playing in that championship game? Right now, I honestly don't know who would be that second team. I honestly just don't know right now who would be that second team. So that's a great question. That's a great question. Who knows? Maybe it might be Ohio State versus Miami with a rematch. Who knows? It says Buccaneers big win coming. And he said, "Did Shiloh ever get picked up?" He did not get picked up, but he did have like a tryout with the 49ers, I think like sometime last week, but he did not necessarily sign, or at least I didn't hear anything about him signing on the practice squad or anything like that. So he did not get signed as of this moment, but I'm hoping that he does. I'm hoping that he does. He said, "New Columbus UFL team to grab him." And so, yeah, grab him. Let's see. Mike says San Antonio is redundant to Houston. Too close. So here comes the Miami Hurricanes with Carson Beck right now. And Carson Beck, what will he do? Shotgun formation for the Miami Hurricanes from their own 25-yard line. Tony goes in motion. They're going to hand it to the back and back off to the left guard. Fighting forward, picked up about 5, maybe 6 yards on the carry. Second down, coming up here, second and 5. And Mike says Columbus and Louisville will are up next and coming cities. That would be nice. Looking, back, standing, feeling the rush, back for the run, back, turns on the Jets there, picks up about a good 3, maybe 4 yards there on the run. Third down coming up. Let's see. Mike says Michigan, the second biggest fan base, will lose their team as they cannot afford a place to play. Meanwhile, Mike says they could have played in his backyard if they needed to. He would have sponsored them. 8-2 here for the Miami Hurricanes. Can they get this first down? Shotgun. Beck throws it. The completion to the big guy. Gets it all the way to about the 40-yard line. And most importantly for the Hurricanes, a first down. See, Mike says Orlando will get Memphis team who showed they are not interested. Sam says, I think LSU versus Clemson NCAA playoffs. Yeah, no, I wouldn't put my hopes out there for Clemson just yet now, Sammy. But Sam, Clemson did get a nice impressive win, but just against North Carolina. But they've got their work cut out for them. They're gonna have to win the rest of their games and then open up that checkbook and do some bribing if Clemson's gonna get in that college football playoff this year. They're gonna have to do it through their checkbook. All right, so with 13 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play, second and 5 for the Miami Hurricanes here. Again, shotgun formation here, 2 receivers bottom of the screen here, multiple back, gets the snap, gives it to the running back, and the running back fighting up the middle for everything he can here. Gotta love the physicality that these running backs are playing with here for the Hurricanes, fighting for every possible yard. Let's see, Mike says Birmingham will retain their sport, their team, as they should, as we should. So the Seminoles trying to rally that defense. They're 3rd and 1 coming up here. Can Miami get this first down? Back up under center. Got a fullback back in the backfield here. A lot of big bodies here. Get to the running back and a running back. Still gets the first down. Florida State tried to catch him from the end behind, but just could not do it because that's one physical running back they've got right there. And that time you can see just follow the fullback there, take on the contact, guy behind him too small there, picks up the first down in the process. You love when a running back finishes forward as opposed to backwards. Samuel said he is willing to bet his paycheck that North Carolina is going to make the college football playoffs. What a bold statement there, Samuel. A bold statement. 1st and 10. Up, there's going to be a flag, going to be a flag. Brayhawk said that Colorado had yet another 14-0 lead and blew it. Also, Caden Salter has 3 picks. 3 picks, you say, Braden. Well, dang. Meanwhile, Mark Fletcher getting brought down in the backfield. Florida State said, no way, Jose. Again, Brayhawk was an All-American back in the day. All right, 2nd and 16 coming up right now for the Miami Hurricanes here. Let's see if they can get some of this yardage back, if not all of it, here on 2nd down. Here in the 3rd quarter, about 10 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Hurricanes up 14-3. Carson back looking. Carson back throws it short. Completed. Mark Fletcher. He thinks he's Mark Ingram out there the way he's running. That's right. Brayhawk became the first guy to have 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, and 1,000 yards passing back in his JUCO days before transferring to D1. All right, 3rd and 8. 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Back, quick pass. Cooney, got to use those big guys in front of you. Tripped him up, though, but he's going to be just shy of that first down marker. So will they go for it? Being up 14-3. Brayhawk says, just look at the records. His touchdown celebration would be he would go snag the camera from the opposing team's cameraman, take a couple selfies, and then donate it to somebody in the crowd. That was his signature touchdown celebration. Cameramans everywhere are still looking for this man. All right, so 4th and 2. Last time they went for it on 4th down, they got it. But on 4th and 2, can the Hurricanes get a first down? From the 40-yard line of Florida State, they snap the ball. Back, looking, back, throws it, gets the completion, and he wants more. Oh my goodness. Tooney going Looney Tunes out there for the touchdown once again. Oh my goodness. So Miami scored. Oh my goodness. Malachi, Tooney, unreal. See, Mike says, JB, as time goes on, consider doing UFL games. And so certainly will be in consideration for sure. A big time touchdown there for the Hurricanes. Let's see, Brayhawk says he's turning into this year's Jeremiah Smith. There can only be one Jeremiah Smith. Let us not confuse that there, Brayhawk. See him. It says JB get a soundboard. Boom, boom. And so I actually did for a little bit, for a little bit. If anybody can remember that JB did get a soundboard, but it never worked for JB. And JB had to do 1,000 things before going live. And then when the audio got messed up, it messed up everything. But then I just went ahead and just said, you know what, the heck with this. But there's a lot of things that I still do want to add to it. So I'll see some things that I can do to help enhance things. See, Mike says touchdown. I need Drake May to go out there and have the game of a lifetime in the best way possible for the Patriots tomorrow night, so people can put some respect on Drake May's name. That's what JB needs. Just realized Duke comes on late tonight against Kyle. I know I didn't hear anything about Duke so far today. Again, we are right now still at the commercial here. We'll see Florida State for the first time here offensively in the second half, but man, they're down 21-3 right now. So what will they do? Let's see, Mike says Jaden's still hurt. It looks like Jaden's gonna be playing tomorrow, Mike. So Jaden will be back. Now I do believe that Terry McLaurin is still hurt, but yeah, Jaden Daniel, he will be back. I'm actually gonna be starting Indiana Jones over Jaden Daniels in my third fantasy league because why not? Sammy says, "Hey JB, I'm ready. Song on live show to Mississippi State Fair. So you're going to the Mississippi State Fair. That's what's up, Sammy. That's what's up." Brayhawk says, "Am I happy that Mac Jones is playing well?" I mean, honestly, to keep it a buck, I am. I'm happy that Mac Jones is playing well. You know, I've got no beef with him. The kid tried. It's not his fault. Bill Belichick wouldn't even talk to Mac Jones. Your own starting quarterback, and as the coach, you won't even talk to him. Like, just completely give him the silent treatment. So how's the kid supposed to succeed in an area like that where your coach won't talk to you? You make the defensive coordinator the offensive coordinator because you're being cheap and stuff. So for him to still be in the league and able to go out there and get some W's, yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I feel like I've got the quarterback I need. He's in a situation that's working out nice for him. So I'm happy for him. Let's see, Mike says Ohio State, easy win. You know it. And so Xander says TV. TV. See, Mike says, dang, Oklahoma 44-0. Right? Let's see. Mike says Belichick is a bum. My truth. And so it's just so sad to see the fall of Bill Belichick to hit this extent. To hit, I honestly feel like his girlfriend is calling the plays. Oh my goodness. Castellanos, what are you doing? Bruh, he was all open by himself. What are you doing? My goodness. This man's going to be a construction worker if he keeps throwing the ball like this. I can't believe how open this man was. And you just going to miss like that, bro. Like, what are you doing? Get him. Oh, he breaks free. He's running. He's right. There goes JB's parlay. Up. There it goes. That's the run that's going to do it. Stanley's using his legs there. So Florida was butt upset with UCLA. Yeah, UCLA was definitely a huger upset in my eyes than the Florida one. I knew Florida Florida's an okay to good team. They just have a really tough schedule. I say, y'all keep doing this to Castellanos. Y'all just forcing this man to run. Let's see. Like I said, also had Matt Patricia calling offensive plays. Yes, all kinds of stuff. Sammy say he's gonna write a song for the concert there. Let's see. Mike said, JB, would you turn on your fans, friends, family, and reputation for a younger girl in your 70s? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. JB be too afraid at that point. Everybody's after the money. Castellanos throws it. Picked off. Picked off. Wow. So he's not just out there in the business of ruining JB's parlays and stuff. He's in the business of destroying his team, apparently. Another mistake. He's trying to do too much. It's too much for him. If Michael can't believe it, Samuel says the live show starts 7:30 p.m. for 9:30 p.m. Okay, bet. But man, look at that. Just terrible decision by the kid. Terrible decision. Yeah, Castellanos is costing his team big time. All right, 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. Quick pass. Completed. Let's see. Mike says Cincinnati upset. Cincinnati did have that upset, but I do think I'm not 100% sure, but I think I had picked Cincinnati to win that game. I think, if I'm not mistaken. The Brayhawk says the U is back. You said actually it was back last year, but they couldn't defend a snail. Takes it, gets the completion. Big boy rumbling. Pushed out of bounds there. Let's see. Mike says, JB, my truth is 133 teams is a good 50 teams too many. You say about, all right, so about 50 teams too many there. I mean, there's a lot of athletes out there, just to give them an opportunity to live out their dreams and stuff. 1st and 10, 5 seconds remaining here in the third. Completes it. Cooney gonna fight for about 5, 6 yards there in the completion. Samuel says, Samuel says that he is now Elvis in a jumpsuit 1972. Says they should have a lesser conference. Black Medicine says, I'm calling it tonight. Florida State head coach is going to go out and get drunk, stab a 69-year-old man, break into his car, and get arrested while in the hospital bed. That would be brutal. Absolutely brutal. Mike says, in which the teams have to battle each other to be in top division. You're worried about the content. Mike says he's worried about the content there. I feel you there. JB feels you there. And I feel like we are going to be heading towards less and less conference. I just don't know how far into the future we'll get to that point, but I do feel like at some point they will reach that point. All right, Hurricanes in the round. Oh boy, look, he's got a squad in front of him. Brought that to 28. If he could have just been a little bit more patient with his blockers, he might have been able to turn that one all the way out there. Mike says, shout out Black Medicine coming through. Look at those blockers. So right now, hurricanes are having their way right now. They are having their way. Feeds it to the running back here, and Fletcher, nice pickup there on the play. Again, here in the third quarter with about 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Florida State turned the ball over there. Castellanos threw an interception. I mean, what is he doing? Like, really? Mike says, review Taylor new album, Masterpiece of Cringe. They said, second and six for the Hurricanes. Back looking back, throwing a deep one. Incomplete. Incomplete. The defensive back tried to turn into a receiver there, couldn't do it. Third and six coming up here for the Miami Hurricanes. And let's see, Black Medicine said that apparently Sanchez was scheduled to call the Raiders game. Ooh. Yeah, I probably would have found a way out of that one too. But there are plenty of other paths there. But that's crazy. I want more details about what actually went down here. It's got to make sense to JB why it went down this way. Throws it. Complete it. Receiver. He's running. Florida State don't want it. They don't want it. Oh my goodness. After this, they're gonna have to change their name to the they're gonna have to change their name to the Florida State Termites at this point, man, because this is just oh my goodness. Like really, what are we doing? CJ Daniels again into the end zone. 8 plays, 80 yards, 4:03 to go. I feel like one team doesn't realize that this is a rivalry game here. One team has not realized that. Like says, yikes, Indianapolis. I guess that explains why he was down there in Indianapolis. I was wondering why Indianapolis of all places. Makes sense. She said they're showing this game at the restaurant, JB. Well, they're all Florida State fans right now should feel extremely sick and cannot eat the way that this is going. Sammy says, "Oh no, Mississippi State." Like, "Oh no." Are they really about to? Yeah, 14-3. Oh no is right now. She said Taylor Swift is golden elegant and golden electricity. Baby would do no such thing, Black Medicine. Baby would do no such thing. All Mr. Sanchez had to do was call in sick that day. That's all Mr. Sanchez had to do. Like Medicine says, this isn't the first time that a hurricane has hammered the Florida State coast. And he is correct about that. Tell you what, though, got the hurricane speakers going hammer for sure. At this point, I understand why NFL game they did not choose this game now. I understand why they went with the Bama Vanderbilt game. They made the right call. This one is turning into quite the did I say NFL game day? I am tripping. College game day. JB is tripping. Let's see. What's the final score with that Cincinnati game? Was it like 38-30, I think, final score? Cincinnati versus Iowa State? It's so funny because I said that Iowa State will lose when they're favored and they'll win when they're underdogs, but yet I didn't pick Iowa State to lose, unfortunately, on my pick 'em. That's one I wish I could have back. Black Medicine says that this is definitely not a barn burner at all, like at all. All right, Hurricanes about to kick things off here. Now this is where you're the Hurricanes. You remember it's a rivalry there. Normally, if you see a man down, you're not supposed to step on him. But in a rivalry, I guess it's okay. So go out there and do what y'all do. Heck, JB's parlay. I can use a couple of sacks on Castellanos and for him not to run the ball, which I know that's all he's going to do is run the ball. CRC said, JB, all I listen to currently is Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Cardi B, Selena Gomez, and Project Pat. See, Sammy says, hey JB, how is do a live stream? And so typically if you're looking to set it up in advance, you can use anything, whether you're going live straight from YouTube, there's Streamlabs, different ways you can go about it, honestly. But if you want to set it up in advance, just get you a nice little like cover for your video and stuff. Select one, put the name, title, some keywords, and then make it do what it do. Zeph, what's good? What's good? And you say Bryce Harper was not happy tonight at all. And let's see. RC said, oh, and Katy Perry. Let's see. Black Medicine says, unless you're a Seminoles fan and you might burn your barn if you are. Maybe. Speaking of Seminole fans, Kenneth, are you still there, Kenneth? I know he's a Florida State fan. Absolutely, Samuel. Absolutely. Before we know it, Samuel's going to be going live, playing music, all that great stuff. Steph says the Sooners are 5-0. I know that's got to make you proud there. I know that's got to make you proud there, Seth. How soon before the Sooners play Texas? When is that game? How many weeks away is that? I know Texas just got embarrassed to Florida, but obviously with that rivalry game, that's one to look forward to. What's with Florida State? Honestly, Miami's defense has a lot of speed, so when they put their mind to it, he's not going to be able to go out there and have his way and run the ball. Whereas some slower defenses, they wouldn't be able to stop what he does, and he's not going to be able to destroy them passing the ball either. So I mean, they're being outcoached, they're being outplayed. Like Miami came focused. They came focused. They came ready for the big game. Florida State was just happy to be here. It feels like they just came happy to be here, hoping for the best. But I don't see that dog in them right now. I just don't see that dog in them right now. They play off momentum at the current moment. Same with Southern Miss game soon. Were you able to read in live chat? Like, yeah, you'll be able to see it on like the right side, especially if you use something like StreamYard. Then yes, it'll be. But pretty much all of them, you'll be able to see the chat, and it's typically on your right hand side where it'll display for you to be able to see the chat. Meanwhile, Florida State running the ball, running, and not being able to do anything with. Oh my goodness! Look at this. That was uncalled for. You're already dominating them. You don't have to do anything to where the referee's going to step in and just. You never know if it's going to help. But man, everybody cleared away on that sideline. Oh, is this upcoming Saturday, Seth? I didn't know it. Mike says so. No Arch one overall. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the Browns might be a team that might do something foolish like that. Anything to not start Shador, right? RC said, JB, how do you feel about the Hawkeyes getting 2026 top five recruit McKenna? Honestly, you said you can't wait and see. You said, I'm sorry, I can't wait, and she's not the next Caitlin, she's the next her. And so, yeah, you love when a player comes in and build their own legacy. You love that. So we got to see, because one thing you said in one of your videos that makes sense, whenever you get a big time player like that, you got to have the pieces around her so that way she can have the success to be able to win a championship game. Because the last thing you need goes out there, averages, 33 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, 7 assists, but then takes you all the way to that, final four, then runs into a stacked, whether it's the South Carolina team, UConn team, you name the team, whoever, and they're stacked and they've got benches on top of benches, and then it's like a couple players versus that. So make sure you got a squad with her to bring home the chip. But it's gonna be exciting. Another run play for Florida State. This play calling right now does not seem like a play call of a coach that's confident that his team can do just about anything out there. Honey owns the Phillies. Blackman says teams are too up and down this year, which is good for college football. Long gone are the days of only 3 or 4 teams dominating every season. Makes college football more interesting. Or in the words of the great Nash, interesting. Simon says, okay, JB. 3rd and 4. Castellanos feeling the pressure. Gets him from behind. That's a sack. That's a sack. Mark it. That's big for JB's parlay there. That's a big one. See, Seth said the Texas Longhorns have been struggling too. They have, and it's finally catching up to them. 4th and 16 after that big time play. All right, let's see. Rolico. And so, oh man, well, she knows when JB needs a helping hand. See, this is why y'all can't put JB on a like game show like Wheel of Fortune, because JB would literally see it up there and then mispronounce it and then get the whole thing wrong. The whole thing wrong, because I will butcher the pronunciation of it. And then I'll be so mad knowing that I know what it was, but didn't know what it was. Something for you. You say when his offense work, it's Cam Newton at Auburn all over again. But when it doesn't work, this is what you get. That is so true. That is so true. There is no in between, honestly. Like when that momentum gets going and it's really functioning and it's making the defense think about it, yes, it works. But at the same time, when that defense is built to where, hey, we've got the matchup advantages. We can, no matter what you call out there, we're gonna be able to figure it out, get to it with the speed. Yeah, now we're talking a different scenario. All right, run and play here for the Hurricanes. Yeah, it's about the 20-yard line. Well, he wants more. He said, JB, a comeback is coming soon in this game. Hey, it can happen, RC. Just not that. Just not that. You're thinking about what laptop would make the most sense there, Samuel? Because there are some really good laptops there. My recommendation, if you're looking to stream, get you one that would be a good, like, laptop for gamers, something like a Nitro. JB loves Nitros and stuff like that. But get you a laptop that is really good so that way, if, whether you're streaming and stuff, use something that a gamer would use because you won't have to worry about it freezing so much. Like JB may have some audio issues from time to time, but most of the time, keyword most of the time, I don't have to worry about me freezing too often, or at least I haven't been told that I freeze too often. So definitely, find you a good solid one within your price range. That would be a good one. All right, third and one for the Miami Hurricanes here. Runs it, fighting forward and fight for that first down. So gets the first down, and now that's going to be enough to they can run out the third quarter. Again, Hurricanes up 28-3. Oh, my bad. I didn't even read your comment, Black Medicine. You said, ain't no comeback coming, RC. You say this game is colder than the mother in law's embrace. Oh, man. Black Medicine doesn't get no colder than that. It does not get no colder than that. That does not get colder than that sometimes. Warm them up. Let's see. Steph says that, hey, Maryland still undefeated. Maryland looking great. Maryland looking great. I did notice that they looking good this year. So, hey, it's a great time for you right now, Steph. You're feeling on top of the rail. I just noticed that. My man is feeling on top of the rail right now. Jamie says you think an HP laptop there. And so we'll just make sure that it's a good quality. It matters. It matters when choosing a laptop there to stream with, in all honesty. And so you're for sure going to be using a laptop, Samuel, as opposed to say like your phone or something. Because it seems to me that most of your streams, you'll probably be on the move, whether it's, car watch or something like that, or just, out and about at events and stuff. So definitely something to consider. So far in this one, again, the Miami Hurricanes winning 28-3 right now. We're at the end of the third quarter, guys. So unless we're going to see something prehistoric here, 28-3. Why does that scoreboard sound so familiar? Mike says Mark Sanchez arrested. Black Medicine caught on to that one. Let's see. Magic Man says Miami putting belt to and are bullied out there. Love to see it. He loves to see it. And so, yes, this is what was needed to see there for the Miami Hurricanes. And they're what? Currently ranked number 3, right? We just had Penn State get embarrassed out there. And I mean embarrassed and stuff. So it's starting to make Penn State look like not as impressive a win. So I wonder, is this win should be enough to get them that number 2 spot back, I would say. Black Mason says, easy JV. Says, just stay the hell away from the HP printer. Yes. And Mr. JB wants the number 1 spot, but in order to get the number 1 spot, you got to be number 1. And so keep that in mind. As for Florida State, this is what, like back-to-back losses for them. Not only that, well, assuming of course they go on to lose, it would be back-to-back losses for them, and it would make them 0-2 in the ACC. Yeah, I saw earlier TMZ reported like 3 charges against Mark Sanchez. I did not read that it was including intoxication because again I didn't click into it. But man, like Minister says, both brutal losses. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So At this point, you can knock Florida State out of that top 25 at this point. I mean, a 28-3 beatdown. Yeah, you can knock him out that top 25. All right, guys, fourth quarter coming up here. Let's see what was got. Of course, Michael Irvin would be in the action there, of course. See, Sammy says, "Hey JB, I'm on the laptop live stream test for December 31st, 2025 and January 1st, 2026. Jeff says Pete Alonso is going to be a free agent after this year, while Mike says that escalated quickly. That it did. All right, fourth quarter, guys. Hurricanes again with the football. Already up 28-3, but you know what? It's a rivalry game, so you score as many points as you possibly can. Don't even worry about the clock. You just keep scoring. All right, gives it to the running back, and the running back off the right guard there picks up a couple yards there. Oh man, gotta definitely watch emotions there, especially on Florida State side. As you know, Hurricanes, they will be talking. It's a rivalry game there, and these Florida State Seminoles, they have to deal with it. They have to deal with it. They are going to have to deal with it. Second and 14 coming up here for the Miami Hurricanes. 14 minutes left to go here in this game. Quick pass, caught, receiver. Receiver turns around, loses a couple yards there. Like Medicine says, the Minnesota's getting taken to the woodshed. What is that score? 35-3 right now. My goodness. And you say you're testing your live stream from your laptop there, Samuel? Well, how's that working out for you? Third and 17 right now for the Miami Hurricanes from their own 20-yard line. Beck throws it, sideline incomplete. Incomplete, so that will bring out the punt unit. Again, score right now 28-3. And Mario Cristobal's like, get your head in the game. We got to finish this one. I see Notre Dame did beat Boise State RC. I see Notre Dame got that W. I think Boise State has scored first in that game, if I'm not mistaken. I remember looking and thinking, Boise State up against Notre Dame, but not Notre Dame came back and was not playing. All right, Hurricanes punt it. Oh, Florida State tackled immediately. Learn to call a fair catch, kid. Believe me, you'll last a lot longer. Let's say, is that dang it, dang it, I forget his name. So we are currently right now here at the commercial. And yeah, a lot of the games that are playing right now are very one-sided. You've got A&M up 21-3 in the fourth quarter over Mississippi State. Ohio State taking care of business against Minnesota 35-3. You've got Texas Tech beating Houston 35-11. I mean, yeah, everybody's being taken out back to the shed house at this point. Let's see, are there any games that are close on right now? Since we're at the commercial right now. Hmm. Yeah, everyone right now knows exactly who's going to win. It looks like Texas Tech wants to score again. Again, still here at the commercial. Let's see, Sammy says, I think you said live stream test on Christmas. Are you going to do a test on Christmas Day? Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Might want to do it the day before just to ensure that it works in case you need to make any changes for the actual day. All right, and again, we are still at the commercial here. RC says, JB plan for a comeback, okay? Yeah, if you mean come back to the stream in 2 days, then sure, you're on for that. But a comeback in this one, you asking for a lot. Meanwhile, Florida State gonna run the ball here. They know that this task is just too daunting of a task right now. Castellanos already thrown 2 interceptions here. My man is struggling. How about Pittsburgh beating Boston College 48-7? Up, there's a Hurricanes player right now that is down, being looked at by the medical staff here. She said, JB, I don't care about the Taylor Swift haters. If I did, I'd be in the cuckoo house with a straight jacket on. Oh man, I feel you. I feel you there. RC, continue to speak your truth. You said Bears have a bye week this week. And so yeah, I seen because I've got Swift on my fantasy football team. So need him to come back after this week. Give me some more depth. See. And she says, JB, I am trying to get to the point of live streaming twice a day. Okay, well, hey, power to you. Power to you. Twice a day, that would be nice. JB just ain't got the energy, but you can make it do what it do. Make it do what it do. That's simple. Make it do what it do, RC. All right, and again, she said, JB, when your next live stream is, and where is Rising Rhino? I think he streamed. You think he's streaming right now? Well, knowing Rising Rhino, he probably is streaming right now. But yeah, my next one is going to be Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. So we're going to get to see I believe it's the Chiefs and the Jaguars. That would be JB's next live stream on Monday. And that time, I want to say that's like a 8:15 game or 8:20, 8:15 or 8:20 for Monday night for around Eastern time. 7:15 Central Time. Since it's just one game this Monday Night Football, so it's just one game. And looks like the Buckeyes are in the red zone again. More like DeAndre Swift, RC. More like DeAndre Swift. You know, the other guy. And again, we are still at the commercial here. Okay, time to resume play. Oh, have I given my laptop a name, Samuel? Be a first. But now mine is actually a nitro. All right, second and 11. And those who find themselves down 20 to 3 right now. All right, motions the receiver, bringing pressure, got to get to him, throws it, gets the completion near the sideline there. That time they brought pressure, forced them throw that ball. Or she said, JB, some of my live streams only go to 10 to 20 minutes. Is that a bad thing? Some content creators have streams that go 2 to 3 hours or 4. And so, I mean, honestly, especially if you're going to be doing 2 to 3 live streams a day, I would say 10, 20 minutes is not bad, but it really just depends on how engaged the audience is. If you have like consistent chat going on, then maybe extending it 30 minutes to an hour occasionally would be beneficial because it gives time for people to, it's just casually scrolling through to find it, but 10, 20 minutes by the time they find you, you're already ending. Incomplete pass. Florida State trying some of everything. It just ain't working. Who's the backup quarterback? It might be time to put him in, get him some reps here. So I say it's fine, but if you can get it to that 30, really closer to that 45-minute to an hour mark in the future, that would be at least good. Helps increase the watch hours, give time for people to actually, catch you once you've been live already about 10, 15, 20 minutes. All right, third and 10. Pressure around them. Fit a run. Gets the first before he slides. So first down here. Gonna toss it to the back in the back. Maybe picks up a yard here. She said, "Oh, is it Patrick Lawrence versus Trevor Mahomes?" I don't think it works out that way, RC. Seth says the Florida State done lost this game. Oh, we know. Or at least JB knows. You think an HBO, hey, it could be, depending on the model of it, it could be okay. Houston 10. Castellanos looking once again. Throws this one, gets the completion. All right, so brought down to about the 11-yard line. You said Penn State is losing to UCLA. You said, yeah, Drew Alar, you're done, finito, toast. Oh, yeah. Not just losing, lost. Wait a minute. There's a stoppage of play here. She said, Randall just went live to cover Nevada versus someone you couldn't see. Who is Nevada playing? I haven't even heard about them today. Let's see. She said, JB, I get a lot of troll, and sometimes I bark back at them in nasty fashion. And so, hey, that's how it be sometimes. That's exactly how it be sometimes. That's exactly how it be. It was like that a lot early on for me, but it's kind of sort of mellowed out a little, well, a lot actually. Seminoles, that last rush was a big time rush, so I'm gonna need you to stop running it the rest of this game. Gee, Samuel says, JB, how does YouTube work money? How does YouTube money work? Honestly, YouTube money, it doesn't give you as much as you would think, honestly. Like it pays you based upon how long people watch your ads. So if somebody pressed that skip button, you're probably not getting more than maybe 3 seconds, and they're paying you could be anywhere from 6 cents, 7 cents, 5 cents, 4 cents per second. So if somebody's only watching it 3 seconds and they press that skip button, so you do the math there, 3 times 4 cents, maybe you made 12 cents off of that one ad. If they let it play out, then you do the math, maybe about 2 minutes times like 4 cents, 5 cents. So at the end of the day, unless you're getting a super chat or you're getting like tens of thousands of views and stuff, it takes a while to add up. Like it really takes a while. And they won't let you get any of the money until you at least reach $100. And then you have to wait till the 25th of that corresponding month after you reach the threshold of at least getting $100. So whether it's a super chat, that's great, but you won't be able to touch that super chat until you collectively have reached $100 on YouTube. So that is how the YouTube money has been working. So that's always been a dream to get monetized there. And then once you get monetized, you realize like, okay, you got to really have a lot of people come through and support you for you to be able to make the kind of money that you see some of the bigger YouTubers make. Because once you get bigger, then you get sponsors and stuff, and that can help expedite a lot of it too. That being said, it feels nice when you get that first YouTube check. Mhm. Florida State with the football. It's a designed run there by Castellanos. Goes out of bounds there. How many yards does he pick up there on that one? Let's see. Second down coming up here. They're going to say 2nd and 7. Need the Hurricanes to sack him. Stop playing around. Sack him already. He's looking. Just throws one up there. Incomplete. 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 All right. So Seminoles on 3rd and 7. What will they call? Tommy Castellanos just throwing up anything. Tommy looking, throws this one, found a man for the touchdown. So Florida State scores something here late to LaWayne McCoy for the 8-yard receiving touchdown here in the fourth quarter with 10:04 left to go. Two-point attempt here for Florida State. Throws this one incomplete, but there is a flag. Pass interference to the call. Again, the 2-point play. Let's see. Samuel says, "Hey JB, you say you're at your brother's grave and you took a photo and posted it on your page there." And so, okay, I've got to show my respect there. You said it's on your channel. Okay, I've got to check it out for sure, for sure. All right. Are you gonna post it tomorrow? Okay, I'll have that notification bell turned on there, Samuel. Flags and everything, and JB's just over here like, all right, guys, like what are we doing? Like, really, what are we doing? Now, Hurricanes 28, Florida State 11. All right, so yeah, all of this, I'm like, okay, we just please get the game going now. All right, so 10:04 here, fourth quarter of play. The Florida State finally reached the end zone there. Again, the score being 28-11. See, getting ready for the kickoff here, and again, Florida State know that they have a ton of work to do. Ton of work to do in this one. Break the huddle, getting ready for the kickoff. Oh, look at that. Tried to do a surprise onside kick there, but failed at it. So that's going to give the Hurricanes excellent field positioning in this one here with 10:04 left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. So here we go. Here is on the play. Gives it to the running back here, and the running back going to pick up a yard on the carry. 9:52 here to go here in the fourth quarter. You said no video? Okay, no video. Bet, bet. All right, so on 2nd and 8, they're saying shotgun formation here for the Miami Hurricanes. Again, they're at the 41-yard line of the Seminoles, and they lead this one 28-11. So obviously, the most important thing right now for the Hurricanes is to run some clock and then ice this one, which is already pretty much iced to me, but to officially destroy all hope. But she said, JB, you forgot to mention how if you don't get watch hours qualified in a year span, you can't get monetized either. And so that is true. That is true. That is true. So I said, JB going to the movies tonight. So JB is not going to be heading out to the movies tonight. Yeah, not going to be heading out to the movies tonight, actually. I got to find out something else that I want to watch in theaters before I go back to the movies. Beck looking, Beck feeling pressure. Beck throws it incomplete, but there's a flag. There is a flag. See what the referee's got to say about this one here. This referee looks happy to make this call. All right, so it's going to be a photo post page. Bet, bet. Holding on the offense there. So they're going to decline it there. So Florida State gets a quick stop, quick work out of the Hurricanes. Oh, I see. So Hurricanes will punt the ball here. Florida State. We'll see if they can continue to move the football with 8 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in this one. First things first, got to get the special teams unit out here. All right, punts on the way. Fair catch, caught by the Seminoles there from about the 3-yard line. All right, so let's see what Florida State has in store here. If I'm Miami, I'm going to make sure that Castellanos does not have any opportunities to run. We're going to make him have to throw this ball. Jeff says that Florida State needs a touchdown and they need it fast. Like when I say they need it fast, they need to score in under 2 minutes. Score a touchdown. Julian Super Saiyan out there, 23 of 27, all them points. All right, Florida State with the football, they've got some work to do from their own 4-yard line. Feeling the pressure, throws it quickly, incomplete, incomplete. That time just felt the pressure, said, hey, we got to get rid of it. We got to get rid of it. If you're Miami, that's all you got to do. Blitz them gaps. Make sure there's nowhere for him to run. Right, 2nd and 10 here. Looking, looking, throws this one incomplete, out of bounds. That's exactly why I would force him to have to throw this ball. I would tell the rush, do not get behind this man and let this man start running. Keep him in front of you. So on 3rd and 11, I know he wants to use his legs here. JB just knows it. So on 3rd and 10, needs to get a first down here. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snaps the ball. Throws it. Gets the completion before being knocked out of bounds there at about the 18-yard line. So Florida State gets the first down. Jameis says his page, his channel. All right, for their own 18-yard line. 05 to go. Castellanos just throws this one near the sideline there. Gets the completion before he goes out of bounds. All right, 7:57 to go. RC says, JB, I'm about to fry some chicken gizzards up right now. Oh man, RC. My man's got the playbook. It's a run play here for Florida State, just to keep the defense honest. And for the Hurricanes, they're okay with the clock continuously moving. 7 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter of play. We got some movement here. Got some movement. A little bit of happy feet down there from the Seminoles. That's exactly what that was. I'll start against Florida State. Sometimes you post cooking videos on the channel there. Now that's the ones JB's got to tune in for sure. Like you ever go live and cook RC or you post a video of it? She said, "Everybody got to eat." He ain't lying. Throws it incomplete, incomplete. Third down coming up. So now 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Florida State Seminoles in this one. Jamie says, "Hey JB, I think you think Laney fell asleep? Nah, Laney's just in the background watching. Guarantee you that, just watching. Just a video on a YouTube short. Okay. All right, Tommy Castellanos, 3rd and 8, feeling the pressure, throws it, gets it completed, takes on the contact, but he is short. 4th down coming up, and that clock continues to move. And Florida State, they don't want to accept it, but they know it's coming. 6 minutes and 54 seconds left before another L. They're just looking for hope right now. They need to go for it on 4th down and to convert if they are to have some hope. They're lining up. 6:40 left to go. 0 for 1 today on 4th downs. Throws it, gets the completion, picks up the first, takes on the contact there. And that's Robinson coming through. Let's see. He said they only cost $2 to $3 a package. Very cost efficient. We've got to give ideas. And Castellanos wants to throw it. Oh my goodness. How did he do that? My goodness. Wow. Just when I thought Tommy Castellanos was about to take off and scramble, he threw it. He's had me on edge all day. Like every time he's getting off the run, I'm like, hey, he's about to run. All right, 1st and 10. Throws one deep. Incomplete. Incomplete. I'm glad I was able to give you an idea, RC. That's a good one there. That's a good one. That says refs, Pete, don't call no flags. I think the referees have packed it up, Seth. I feel like the referees want this one to be done. But wow, what a catch. He really snagged that one out the air. And again, 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in this one. Here in the fourth quarter, Hurricanes up 28-11. Right now, Seminoles up big in a flag. Big in a flag. Say a dog name and he'll bark. Samuel says, "Oh no, good, not the Mississippi State game." Let's see. RC says, "JB, what you do after this stream, bro?" And so JB's got to eat. JB's got to shower. JB's got a lot to do afterwards. Spend time with the wife. What's left of the day or tonight? Tommy Castellanos looking. Tommy on the move. Tommy throwing. I thought it was about to be deep, but incomplete. Incomplete. Every time I look, a Stafford's going down on that sideline. They might want to back up a little bit. And again, 3rd and 5 coming up here. Hurricanes, they just want to keep bringing pressure just as they're doing. Leave no lanes for Tommy to run. Force him to have to throw this one. If he does, so be it. It continues to run the clock off as well. But 3rd and 5. Looking. Grabs him down, but they're going to say he threw that one there incomplete. 4th down coming up. So almost got to him for the sack, but Castellanos is hard to get hands on, and he still has the strength to throw this one away. And Boto, what's good? What's good? Like the profile picture there. It says, yes, Miami is for real. Meanwhile, Seminoles here on 4th and 5. Can Castellanos dig into his bag of tricks here and find a way to pick up the first down for the Florida State Seminoles, or are they done? Looking, he's gonna run, and he's still running. Picks up the first down there. We call that one the parlay killer right there, because that's exactly the one that broke the camel's back, for sure. Not sure why they backed off in terms of pressure there. Now I need a sack. I need a sack. I need a sack. Incomplete. Yeah, JB needs him to get sacked and to lose a good like 7 rushing yards. Dang. See, Samuel, Mississippi State versus Texas A&M game, 31-3. My goodness, Samuel. Photo said Penn State lost to an 0-4 UCLA team. Yes, that they did. And you say your Dodgers came back to win, so you're happy there. JB likes a good comeback story. So that's why I need the Hurricanes to do me a solid and to sack Castellanos and make him lose about a good 7, 8 yards. For sure, he's just going to elude it. Throws this one incomplete. Incomplete. Trudeau says, how much time left? We got exactly 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And the Miami Hurricanes are winning 28-11 right now. See, so 3rd and 10 right now for the Florida State Seminoles. And the Hurricanes just get a big sack for me. Looking, pressure, throws it, gets the completion there for a yard or two. Photo says, watching the Mariners Tigers playoff game. Photo said, yeah, I saw that. You said, I forgot on your thing. It looks like -11. And so, yeah, it does that when the football is on that current team there. So it looks like a -11. See, Seth says if the Dodgers play the Brewers, he'll be rocking with the Brewers there. Come on, defense, get to him. Like, godly, it's not that hard to get to a man. Is it that hard to sack a man? Well, it says that's who we beat today. Let's see. Jamie says how much time is left in the Mississippi State game? They still got like a minute 28 left to go in that one, Samuel. So that one's pretty much a wrap. But yeah, a minute 28 left to go in that one. Let's see. You say, JB, what will you stream while we wait for a Vikings game? And so JB's next live stream will be Monday Night Football for the Chiefs and the Jaguars. That'll be the next live stream that I'll be doing. So no Sunday live stream there, but I'll be doing Monday night. Again, that's the Chiefs and the Jaguars. But I am curious to see the Browns and Vikings. I hope that Zoe's going to be going live for that matchup like he did last time. Because again, Vikings back to back international games. Let's see. Mike says this is not a 24-hour stream. Now, only Rising Rhino is able to do those 24-hour streams. All right, so here we go. 11 yards away from the end zone there. Tommy on the move. Tommy picks up more rushing yards there just to ensure that dang it. Why has he got to rush for so many yards? That does it for JB for sure. You say Zoe's channel again. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull the link up there for you. See. But yes, In the Zoe podcast is the name of it. In the Zoe podcast. But I'm gonna see if I can find it for you. All right, 2nd and 4. All right, gets that one for a touchdown for the Seminoles. And they're going to go for 2 here to make things interesting. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the exact link there for you. Here we go. Right, there you go, Mike. That should make it easy there for you. All right, 2-point attempt. It is good for Florida State. So right now it's 28-19. Florida State with all 3 timeouts right now. 3 minutes and 22 seconds. But the problem is they're down by 9 points as opposed to 8 points. Right, in the 4th quarter with 3:22 left to go. Vikings did conquer half of Europe, so why not stay there for a while, right? That makes sense. I like what you did there. Mike says, thanks, JB. All right, so we got ourselves quite an interesting finish here. Let's see if Florida State has a couple of tricks here on this special teams. Last time they tried to do the surprise onside kick. This time they kick it. Oh, wait a minute. Do they still got a chance? Who has the ball? I think Miami recovered it. Yeah, Miami recovered it, but man, that got a little interesting there. Seth says Yankees lost to the Blue Jays. Brayhawk says Florida State still fighting. And so Samuel says, oh no, Mississippi State game lost. And so you better believe it. That is a loss. Ain't no coming back from that. But it's finalized. Texas A&M won 31-9 being the final score. So Mississippi State officially lost. That says Ohio State game win. And so yeah, 42-3 against an impressive Minnesota team. Games with the football. Picks up a couple yards on the carry. Again, that is Brown. Nice physical runner there. All right, 2nd and 7 coming up for the Miami Hurricanes here. So right now, Miami knows how important it is to get some first downs. With Florida State trying to conserve the clock, in which they've got no choice but to do that. Mississippi Bodo said that's two big losses for Mississippi State. Let's see. Bodo says I hate games in Europe. They start too damn early. Your games in Europe, they start too dang early in the morning. Don't they know everybody's hungover from Saturday night? Apparently, they don't know that, Boto. Or they don't take into consideration. Or she said, Jay Beezy, take it easy. See, she said, Ray Hawk, what's up, dude? Well, I definitely hate game. Gabe Davis. Why did I think Gabe Davis also when he said Gabe at first? Knowing that that wasn't the case, but still. All right, 2nd and 7 here for the Miami Hurricanes. Again, the mission is simple. Keep getting first downs, keep milking the clock, and keep Florida State away from the football. Carson, Beck throws it. Ball deflected, incomplete. Excellent job. I thought that was going to be a guaranteed first down, but excellent job there by the safety to get the stop. Well, that's why it looks like VJ. Let's see. Steph says NBC has great college coverage on Saturday. That they do. Carson said, how much time is left? Yeah, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So 3 minutes and 10 seconds is left. It's 3rd and 7 right now for the Miami Hurricanes that are again up 28-19 right now. So you're up by 9 points. So your first down would be so pivotal right now if they can get that. Meanwhile, for Florida State, you got to get the stop. Screen to the tight end. Somebody's got to tackle the big boy. And they do. Going to be a yard shy of that first down marker. So 4th down coming up. So 3:04, the clock is stopped. So one would assume Florida State calls a timeout here. That's what it looks like. And Leslie Brayhawk says, hey, RC, WNBA finals were good last night. Photo said, I got to start double checking my voice to text. Okay, Preston. Who does that to everybody? To everybody. Brayhawk says, true theft. All right, so 4th and 1. Nothing like a little late game drama to make things interesting. I'm sorry, did Navy have a receiver with 8 receptions for 243 yards receiving today? Or are my eyes deceiving me? That's an insane number to have, 243 yards receiving. To the back. Wait a minute, there's a flag already. But let's see, is this enough for the first down? Hurricanes think so. And so Taterhead, what's good? What's good? He says, I do want to know, when did Michael Irvin become above the law and gets to stand next to Miami football teams super close to the sideline? You say you thought celebrities had to be at the end of the end zone. You bring up a good point there. You bring up a good point there. But I feel like he's like always done that. At least this season, I've noticed he's always done that. But you're right. Let's see. Sammy says, good game, Texas versus Florida game. Yeah, it was a good game unless you're rooting for Texas. Then it was a nightmare. Florida says, yeah, Air Force used to be good at one time. Lately, they've been really gone downhill. They've really gone downhill. Let's see. Tater has said, except the ESPN people. Let's see. Bodo said, who won that one of Florida? Probably won because Texas is not that good. Nah, Florida did beat Texas. They won. I think the final score was it 29-21? But Florida did beat Texas today. So Texas an all-time low. If it wasn't for UCLA beating Penn State, that would be upset of the day. But yeah, Florida won 29-21. Meanwhile, Hurricanes running the ball. Brown tackled immediately. Brown doesn't think he was down though. What can Brown do for you? He's definitely carrying more than packages on that play. Let's see. I should say yes. See, Braden and JB. You said you gonna propose to Satu Sabali from Phoenix Mercury team. Do y'all think he could accept a regular dude's marriage proposal such as yourself? I'm gonna put it this way, RC. She's fighting to get a ring, but I don't think that's the ring that she's right now fighting for. So better luck next year. Better luck next year, RC. They say it doesn't hurt to try, but this time it might be more painful. Let's see, Bodo said, what did Arch do? Like 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, somewhere near that? That's a great question. Let's take a look because I did not watch that game myself because I just felt like Texas was going to come back. I felt like there was no way Florida was going to win, but again, I was wrong. So let's see, what did Arch do? So Arch actually was 16 of 29, 263 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in his performance there. All right, so here we go for the Hurricanes. 2nd and 12. Get to the back here, and Brown just fighting for everything he can, but gets back to the line of scrimmage here. So now another third down, but if you're Florida State, there's nothing you can do about the clock. So take this one to that 2 minute mark if you're the Hurricanes. And again, if you're Miami, you find a way to get a first down. That's it. That's all she wrote. Laney says, great stream, JB, and good night, everyone. Good night to you, Laney. Thanks for coming through and have yourself a great Sunday as well and the rest of your weekend. It said, Bodo, what up, Doe? Let's see. Taterhead said, remember, Miami quarterback is a random second year senior. That's right, JB struggling as well. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that he transferred there alone, and honestly, of all the guys that I thought were gonna have like a little bit of a struggle this season that had success in the past, I thought Carson Beck might be one because I thought Miami lost like a lot of offensive weapons, new system, less talent than what I presumed he would have had at Georgia. But hey, it's working out great for Carson Beck. Great for him. He said, "Baby, what did you think of game one of the WNBA finals before you get out of here?" And so, I mean, honestly, it was filled with a lot of scoring there, and I liked it. It was a nice back and forth type of game, a lot of intensity there. So it was good. It was good. It was good. They brought the energy that I expect from a game one of the NBA finals, in all honesty. It says good night, Laney. You see, Taterhead said, it just came out last week on the Big Ten morning show that some of these teams are getting donations for people, husbands and wives that don't even go to the school. You know what? I didn't even come across that, Taterhead. So I'm not surprised, though. I'm really not surprised. Like when I say they'll do whatever they can to try to, obviously, if they feel like they won't get caught about. But yeah, something like that, I am not surprised. Photo says just watching the baseball playoffs. Samuel says good night, Laney. Said the Miami Hurricanes played well, Seth. That they have. That they have. That they have. Thankfully for them, they're up by 9 points as opposed to 8 points. Photo said right now we got WNBA, NCAA, NFL, MLB, NHL, preseason NBA, golf, soccer, underwater basket, weaving this time of the year. There's something for everybody. That's the Florida State had an issue of running on the ball. Well, I wish that persisted to their quarterback because I really needed him to be under 43 yards rushing for the game, but instead he's at 54. So even if he gets sacked, it might not be enough unless he were to lose like 13 yards or something like that, which would be insane. Now at the commercial, okay, so Taterhead says that Larry Ellison, along with his wife, Jolyn, has significantly boosted Michigan football through a major name, image, and likeness NIL donation, reportedly involving 10 million or more. Ooh, which was instrumental in securing five-star quarterback Bryce Underwood for the Wolverines in 2020, 2025. Wow. Wow. That's a lot of money. I mean, you pay JB that kind of money. I'll suit up for him. Shoot. I will suit up for him for that kind of money. All right, Carson Beck, 3rd and 12. Gives to the running back, and the running back stays in bounds. So it's going to bring up 4th down here. All right, so here we go. 4th down, 4th and 8. Getting Hurricanes with the football here, just milking as much time as they can. All right, throws one up there. Oh, incomplete. They tried to get it to him. Tried to get it to him. And now Florida State with the football. At the University of Illinois, Ellison enrolled in 1962 to study science and pre-med. Oh, love the history here. I see California's jumping up early on Duke, 14-0. I know in my weekly pick'ems I picked California to win that game. Then he ended his college at Chicago. Bodo said, did his kids go to Michigan? That's the question we want to know. All right, so Tommy looking. Tommy feeling the rush, throws it, gets the completion there. Back to around the line of scrimmage there. Forward progress might have given him a yard. 2nd down coming up. I need a couple sacks from the Hurricanes, and I need it right now. All right, for their own 23-yard line. We're getting 2nd and 10 with 1:07 left to go in this one. Florida State down by 9 points here. Tommy running. Tommy runs again. There's a flag there. Bodo said, I think this baseball playoff game is going in extra innings. Braden signing off says, good night, JB. Great stream. Appreciate you coming through there, Braden. Appreciate you coming through. Personal foul there. And while Taterhead said that his wife went and studied international studies at both the University of Michigan and Board College. They didn't even finish at Michigan. And he makes the throw here. Yeah, Castellanos is just too hard to get in that backfield. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6 coming up. Six throws it to the back out the backfield here. JB needs a massive sack. Let's see, Taterhead says Ford College is a private liberal arts institution in Annandale on Hudson, New York. Huh, New York. Tommy on the move. Tommy looking. Tommy just throws one up there. Throws it away. This kid is good at throwing stuff away. All right, 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 here for the Seminoles. Pressure once again. Throws it. Ball tip. Gets the completion. Still in his feet. Oh my goodness. So if you're Florida State, do you just go ahead and kick the field goal now, then try the onside kick and hope for a miracle? Steph says that Oklahoma may beat Texas next week, but they've certainly got the better quarterback. That's without doubt. All right, so they're about to kick the field goal. All right, so Mike says, JB, what is more likely, a snowball surviving Hellfire or Pat stopping Josh Allen? Let's go with the Pat stopping Josh Allen. Let's go with that one. Let's be let's be bold with that one. All right, 35-yard field goal attempt. It is good. So 28-22. The JB is live from Africa. Boda said, I think Oklahoma is going to destroy Texas. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And so you said the next stream start time, Samuel, that will be so Monday night, we've got it at 8:15 Eastern time. So 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Eastern. Said I think they should stop letting celebrities donate to the college. At some point, I feel like they will reach that point to where they've got to just make it to where it's a little bit more fair across the board, just a little bit more fair. So now, if Florida State can somehow, on their third onside kick attempt, which I don't know what the record is for onside kicks, but on their third onside kick attempt, if they can find a way to get the football here, we might be in for some type of Florida miracle tonight. The onside kick here doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. So Hurricanes will be able to finish this one. Tater had said there are some teams that don't have any celebrities. Like, who is going to donate to Northwestern? You're right about that. You're right about that. And there are lots of teams like that. So it does put certain teams at a disadvantage, major disadvantage. Samuel says, good, great JB live stream. I appreciate that, Samuel, and appreciate you. And of course, stay safe out there. Don't do anything that JB would not do. But this one is over. Photo says Northwestern has a lot of writers and people that are in broadcasting, a lot of writers and people in broadcasters. So, yep, that is true. That is true. Them schools like Vanderbilt. All right, so that's the knee. So the Miami Hurricanes win with the final score being 28-22. Florida State fought hard to make it close, but had they done some work earlier in this game, it might have meant a little bit more towards the end. But Hurricanes win by 6 points in this rivalry game. So again, so appreciate everybody for coming through here. Davey's going to go ahead and call it a night, guys, but it's been great. It's been real. And congratulations to the Miami Hurricanes there for winning 28-22 on the road against Florida State, a good Florida State team. Appreciate everybody for coming through here on the chat. Again, JB's next live stream, Monday Night Football, Jaguars and Chiefs. So if you got some time, do feel free to come through. Boto said, all right, everyone, have a good night. Take care. Yeah, take care, Boto. Taylor had said, I know they do, but it looked a lot like Miami has Michael Irvin. Yeah, they do. RC says, peace out. Yeah, take care, man. And hey, enjoy that food, RC. I am looking forward to some food live streams. Samuel says, hey, JB live. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for your post as well, Samuel. Good night to you, Mike. Taylor had said Michigan could ask Tom Brady. They certainly could. They certainly could. But RC said, thanks for the hard work for the people. JB, you take care, broski. You too, RC. All right, Samuel says he's out and see you guys next time. And let's go, Ohio State. That's an excellent way to end this one. Let's go, Buckeyes. Thanks again. Take care and see you guys next time.